Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Sowing and Reaping YouTube channel. I actually want to chime in on my thoughts on the Shanny and Rev fight in detail. I'm going to be playing the video, watching it, and then going to give my thoughts on it because I have a funny feeling they watched that video I did about Shanny being a low value woman and a couple of other things that I did. But I think they watched a couple of other videos here on YouTube when certain things were being said. So, let's take a look at that video first, and then we'll get into it. Wait a minute. First, it would be a good idea. Yeah, okay, there we go. All right, and then we'll do this. So you should all be able to see this. Let me make sure on my phone you can all hear me. So every now and then I can take a peek at it. Make sure there's no audio issues. Just give me a second. We're gonna look at this Shanny and Rev fight that they had. There's a lot of nuggets came out of that one, confirming some of the things that I've already said on here, and showing how close we are to seeing, hopefully, these two splitting in different directions for their own sakes. Because the only way anything in their lives are going to change. Here we go. The only thing that's going to, yeah, how you doing, Mono Chill and Isabel Rose? The only thing anything's going to change for those two if these two actually go their own separate ways. But anyway, let's play this video here, and I'm going to chime in every now and then regarding this, because I think Shanny made some points in this. But anyway, let's get into it.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Everyone bullies Shannon. It makes me a bad guy for being hurt.
You are a bad guy sometimes.
I'm a bad guy now because I'm hurt?
Yeah, you put stuff on me I didn't do.
I literally said what you said back.
So I'm done. Like that.
How is it my
and
fault
then
what
we'll
you
go
said?
in circles all night with the same shit. It's emotional abuse, and I know
It's
it.
not emotional abuse. I'm upset over what you said to someone else.
So I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going over this over and over.
So my
again.
feelings are completely invalid.
You're making shit up.
I'm not making.
All right. So during this fight, Shanny was getting upset over Rev not necessarily, I guess, being blunt about this lady from Norway sending him nudes. And before I even started getting into my opinion about this, I don't agree with their relationship. I believe that if they're going to claim that they're married, that they should actually go get married. But if they're going to insist on being together, I'll try my best without contradicting what I actually believe as a Christian to give my opinion about this. So Shanny's making a good point when she says that when she's questioning him on the news issue. All right. If I was there in person, before I say anything negative to Shanny regarding this particular fight, I think the first thing I would point out to Rev is that when you're in a relationship with somebody else, in his case with Shanny, and you have another person, whether they're trolling you or not, you should be telling them not to send you nudes. If they are sending you nudes, that should be a red flag, and that should tell you what's going on there. And if you love Shanny as much as you claim you do, you would have told them not to send those. All right. So let's continue. But and obviously Shanny's upset at the fact that he didn't do that.
Making shit up. I'm saying what you said.
That's it.
That's not making shit up.
So you won, guys. You won this battle of breaking two people up that were really like a good couple, you know?
No, nobody broke you two up. What ended up happening is you had problems in your relationship because you have no experience with women to tell them, because she's making a good point. If you was in a relationship with any other woman besides Shanny and a stranger was sending you nudes, you should have written down evidence or proof or whatever stating that you don't want them to send them to you. Okay. And the reason why I didn't start this in the beginning where Rev admits that he uses women for money and all this other stuff and whatnot, or the woman was giving him money and all of that, is because I actually want to get to the part when he starts the name calling and how he really feels about Shanny. But this point has to be brought out first, where he is wrong in this matter. If you're in a relationship with a woman and you're going to insist on being with them, despite what everybody else might think, you should at least show her some respect and not accept nudes from strangers.
And I still love her. I do. And
you're not showing her that you love her if you're accepting nudes from strangers. And this is why I have a video on here saying that Shanny doesn't love Rev and Rev doesn't love Shanny. Because when you love someone, you make sacrifices. But in this particular case, Shanny is correct. Rev should have told whoever that was not to send nudes.
I'm always going to love her.
Rev.
You
Stop
can't take that away from me. You can't. Even if we do break up, I'm going to still love her. And if she wants me to take care of her, I will.
Wait a minute. What? He was talking to her when he worked at Burger King. Well, the Facebook thing, that was a video when they was living inside the house and everything. I'm fully aware of that one. But in this particular case, and like I said, I'll get to my opinions about what I believe really what Rev is really thinking concerning Shanny when they actually get to the fight. But he's wrong for not telling this woman not to send those nudes. He's obviously at the point in their relationship where he's thinking about moving on. That's what I believe. He won't admit it on camera. He will not admit on camera that he's at a point where he's like, you want to know what? I think if I'm going to do bad, I can do bad all by myself. And that's his mentality. He's just getting tired of Shanny's nonsense. And if Shanny doesn't catch on, Shanny's going to get screwed hard, very hard.
If she doesn't want to see my face anymore, then that's it. You know, I'm going to be in a halfway house or something for a while to figure out what.
But that was your goal, though. That was your goal, Rev. That was your goal from day one. You said that you would rather be homeless than get a job. This is what you said out of your own mouth, right? So, and Shanny's heard you say these things. And the fact that she's still dumb enough to be in a and I'm not going to be hypocritical in this, even though I'm trying to reason. But Shanny's dumb for being with you because you would rather be homeless than actually get and hold the job. Any woman with a sane, well, Shanny's not sane, but any woman with any type of like sense would know, okay, this is not going to work out because this person's not going to get a job, and I need to try to find me another way out of this.
I'm going to do because I got to get out of here.
You literally don't get. Send me these pics.
That isn't what I said.
You really don't.
I didn't say send me those pics. I didn't say that.
But if you didn't say to the lady not to send you the pics at all, Rev, you're still wrong. If you're going to insist on calling Shanny your wife, even though I don't believe you're married, if you're going to insist on being in this relationship, then you have to be faithful. Don't. If somebody is sending you news, tell them not to send you those things.
Pics here. That's what you said.
No, I didn't say send me.
Rev, he doesn't have any relationship experience, so he doesn't know how wrong he is in this situation. He really don't. This is what happens when you go from a blow-up doll to Shanny.
Pics, period. I said, if you have to send pictures, do not send them to IG. Send them here.
Yeah.
So that Shanny does not get triggered by nudes.
But you want to see them.
No, I don't.
I can understand the gratitude that Rev would have towards Shanny. Somebody said that Rev would still wipe her butt and everything and whatnot. To a certain extent, I understand what Rev's saying when he's saying that he wants to stay with her because Shanny was there when he went through wet brain or whatever, right? Or when he was going to kill himself and how she helped. So he believes that, you know, in return, he should be able to stay with her through hard times. And where I have my disagreements with Rev is this: Shanny benefited from doing those things. Shanny could have gave him advice about the drinking and counseled him over the phone. She didn't have to be there in person. And when I say that she benefited with $750,000.
Then why would you tell a woman?
You see what she does?
And he is going to admit it during this video and go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth when he starts getting to his name calling. He believes that she's gaslighting him. Rev, in this particular case, Rev, she's correct. You should have told that lady not to send you those nudes.
This is what she does to me all the
No,
time,
what?
and she's done this
You can't
ever
even
since
answer
we've been
that question.
together.
Why would you
She
tell a woman
gaslit
to
me.
Every
say-
now and then Shanny will be right about something. When they was living inside my house, Shanny, I like I said, I found a job for Rev, and he didn't want to take it, and he knows full well the situation that they're in, that they're one argument away from me from being homeless, and he wouldn't accept the job. Told everybody he wants to work. Work literally falls on his lap, says he doesn't want to work. Of course, Shanny has a right to get upset and get angry because he doesn't want to work. So from that perspective, I mean, I get it. But for the most part, I think Shanny's a horrible mate to be with for anybody, to be honest, the way she presently is right now.
You bitch.
Gaslight me, gaslight
That's
me,
not
gaslight me,
gaslighting.
gaslight me.
Shanny's right. She's not gaslighting you, Rev. You should have told the lady not to send the nudes.
The stuff I didn't say.
Why
Constantly.
would you tell a
Gaslight me
woman
more,
to
gaslight
give
me
you
more.
her pics?
Gaslight me more.
That's
Gaslight
not.
me
It's a
more.
question.
Gaslight me more. Pouring gas. Just gas and gas.
I can't get that question.
I think what Rev is trying to say is that he's sick and tired of Shanny messing with his head. I think that's what he's trying to say. I think he's trying to say that Shanny is, and I'm talking about throughout their history. I'm talking about from Scranton to Colorado to what's the name of that town that they're in, wherever the heck there is or whatever. I keep forgetting the name of the town that they're in, but she messes with his head psychologically. You know, Rev isn't very good at articulating himself, which is why when he gets angry, he gets brutally honest about how he feels about people. Like how he really feels, not the Academy Award acting he does when he's calm.
She's gonna push me to a psychotic break.
You can't answer me.
She's gonna push me to a
Why,
psychotic break.
Jason?
She's gonna
Why?
push me to a psychotic
Why
break.
can't you answer that?
She is a disgusting.
She will only push you to a psychotic break, Rev, if you stay in the house with her. Put some clothes on, go outside and go for a walk. And she's getting on your nerves. My Bible tells me that sometimes when it comes to women, it's better to sleep on the roof of your household than to actually deal with a nagging woman. I mean, I get and I understand that, but in this case, she's right. Is either concede or go for a walk, and hopefully she's not in the mood to talk about this no more. But if you're not going to do that, then you have to, if you're going to stay with her, this is what you signed up for. This is why I keep telling you, man, get away from her and start over. If you're going to insist on staying with her, this is what you got to deal with for the rest of your life. Shanny, if you're going to stay with Rev, this is what you got to deal with for the rest of your life.
Person a lot of times.
Oh wow!
And over the years, this has been so many times, but I didn't. I'm
disgusted because
I didn't want to show
why.
you. I didn't want to show you.
This is not the good part. The good part is when he started being brutally honest about how he really feels about Shanny, all these repressed opinions and these repressed feelings, and proof that this man knows that what people are saying about Shanny is correct.
Something you did, this
and
is
I
not
wanted,
something I
and
did.
I wanted this to be
first,
a secret.
At first, I thought this fight was fake. When I first heard about this and saw this, Carrie was talking about it on her channel. The second time I saw this, I think I don't think Draven talked about it, did he? Yeah, the second person I heard responding to this was Draven, and then they started making all these other videos, I think. So I thought the fight was fake in order to get attention on them so that they can get eyeballs on their channel, especially when we later on in the video says, oh, 55 people are watching. You know what I mean? These are the same people that had like 600 to 1,000 people watching them at one time. But anyway, let's continue.
That she did these types of
You're
things.
the one who went on camera.
But it's true. This has gone on for years of this emotional abuse.
What emotional
When
abuse?
I tried-
I'm asking you a question.
See, here's the thing, Rev. I agree that you're going through emotional abuse, but Shanny's right in this matter. I agree that you're going through emotional abuse. I agree that she has a habit of gaslighting you. I agree that psychologically she has been messing with your head for a while. Okay? But in this case, You cannot be in a relationship with somebody like her who gets jealous on a whim like that, and have a woman send you nudes and you don't properly nip that in the bud as soon as it happens. And then if this viewer who's watching my channel is telling the truth, you were doing this at Burger King, meaning you were doing this when you were working. And it shows that you don't really want to be in this relationship with Shanny. And it also shows why Shanny doesn't want you out of her presence for too long. That she knows that you're not faithful. And that probably explains why you don't want Shanny away for too long, because you know that she's not faithful.
Nothing happened with this woman.
But yet you say send me my
I didn't.
pics here.
That didn't happen.
You said send
That
the
didn't
pics
happen.
here.
No, I didn't.
Oh my God.
I didn't say
Oh my
that.
God.
Rev, Shanny has every right to be angry at you. Shanny has every right to be angry at you getting nudes from another woman. She has every right to be angry about that. And if you was involved with another woman that wasn't Shanny, you could pick any other woman in this community, any woman of your choice, and you was receiving nudes and you was in a relationship with them, they would have every right to be upset too. So in this case, Shanny's right.
I didn't say that.
Oh my God.
I didn't say that.
But Shanny,
Oh my God.
this is the guy you chose. This is the guy you choose to stay with. Like I said, you got to deal with this for the rest of your life. This is why you're not supposed to choose a guy based on how much money he has.
God.
Yeah, we're done, Shannon.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
You literally have pushed me so far.
I didn't do shit to you, boy.
Yeah, you're lucky.
And she called him boy. That means Shanny's going to get upset, and Shanny's going to get up, and she's going to be big mama and knock him into the next county. Of course, it doesn't happen in this video, I don't think. But the way she's talking, if he would have kept talking like that, I think that's what would have ended up happening.
That I love you.
I didn't do shit.
You're
to
very
you.
lucky that I love you.
I just asked you a question. Why would you tell?
And let me
a
tell you
woman
why he's saying that. And I know a lot of you know this. He's saying that you're very lucky that I love. He can throw her out. I think he's really starting to understand. That's how I know they're watching my channel. I think he's finally starting to understand after the millions and millions, not years, but I'm exaggerating. But after all this time, he's starting to understand that that house that he's living in belongs to his uncle, and perhaps he can stay there a little bit longer if Shanny is out of the equation. He knows he can throw her out of there whenever he pleases. He knows it. You know what I mean? But he's starting to really start to and this is why I made my video and I said I am proud of him that he stood up for himself. But it doesn't mean he's right. You know, we all gotta start somewhere though.
Send the pics to your private email.
I put it the wrong way. I should have just told her again.
If G-Man in an alternate universe was involved with Shanny, and G-Man was getting nude pics from another woman, and in that alternate universe, Shanny saw that, Shanny would have every reason on planet Earth to be angry that I was getting them. Rev, you're wrong in this matter, man. I'm sorry. But you are right about Shanny's manipulation. You are so right, it ain't even funny.
Yeah, and said, look, we don't want to ever see anything like that shit ever again.
No, you do want to see that shit. That's the problem.
See?
Because you wouldn't say send the pics here.
She puts intentions on me,
Dude,
and then
I'm
that's
telling you.
And let me say this too, Shanny, because I think I said that you're right enough for me to qualify this with a statement. There are some other videos that came out. I think y'all uploaded like 4 videos on this very topic alone on this lady from Norway. The people in the audience can help me out here. Correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Shanny say that? Didn't some people say that Shanny is drinking again, knowing that he is a former alcoholic, and that Shanny wanted to watch Ben-Hur or some movie or whatever that Rev would consider to be porn, right? And she knows that he has a problem with porn. Okay, if you know this man's got a problem with resisting alcohol, and you know he's got a problem with porn, why would you want him to watch that with you? Like, you're just as bad, Shanny, if not worse. Actually, I believe you're worse.
gaslighting.
No, it's not. not.
She puts intentions on me, insists it's the case, and that's it. I'm
Well,
done.
what
I'm not
other
going to
reason would
discuss
it
it
be?
anymore.
Why would you want another woman's photos?
I don't want them.
Then why would you say send them here? I love big letters. I love tattoos and seeing them.
Once again, I didn't say that.
Another thing, Rev, if you know that she's insecure and you know that she doesn't have a lot of self-esteem and you know that she gets jealous really easy, you shouldn't be accepting those pictures either. I'm just saying, you know how she's going to react when she sees those things. The last time that something like this happened, you shaved your head and you put an A on your head and looked like a complete dork doing it.
You don't see
You
that
keep
guys?
she thinks she has it quoted in the email, and it's not. She keeps making it up.
It is in the email.
No,
but
it's not.
Keep lying.
You keep making it up.
No, it's in the email.
You are
but
making
keep lying.
things up in your head.
Keep lying.
You just destroy yourself.
Keep lying.
See, Rev's got a smug smile on his face because he knows he didn't do anything in terms of like physically being there with the lady from Norway. But he did mess up because he knows he's with an insecure woman and he took pictures, apparently at work too, not just at home, but at work. And he was trying to kick it to her, and Shanny's upset about it. And he thinks it's no big deal. Anybody with, like I said, anybody with real relationship experience would know better. They know that they've been busted, and then they would try to get on that person's good graces, and then they would tell the other person, look, don't be sending me no pictures like that no more. But I don't think Rev wants to be in this relationship no more anyway, and I'll show why when they start arguing.
I have God.
You self-destruct. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't have the truth at all.
Yeah, I do. I have God on my side.
You don't have any truth.
I have God on my side.
No, you don't.
I have.
Neither do you, Rev, but I'm going to tell you something. I am proud of you that you are standing up for yourself. And Shanny, if God was on your side, you would not be on YouTube begging for food. Okay? You do not have God in this case. You are in a simple relationship. You refuse to acknowledge anything that you've done to anybody else. You refuse to get on here and fix any of it. And then you no, you don't have God on your side. Not even close. And Rev, I'm sorry, neither do you. Now, when you repent, that'll be something different.
God on my side.
You're a liar, Shannon.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. You're a liar.
How am I lying that I'm saying
and Rev, if you're watching this, before you think I'm on some high horse or whatever, when I'm in sin and I'm doing something wrong, I know full well that the Lord that the Lord will be against me if I'm in unrepentant sin. So this isn't like exclusively on you, Rev. You know what I mean? This is on anybody that's in unrepentant sin. The Lord isn't going to be with them. You understand? So not trying to be judgmental or nothing like that, Rev, but I'm just saying you and Shanny are the last two people that should be coming in here talking about that you're on God's side. See, it's easy for Rev to hurl out these insults to Shanny and say, well, actually, I'm gonna let him do it first. Hold on.
I have God on my side.
You just don't.
Yeah, well,
because you believe the lies of trolls.
I rebuke you in the name of Jesus Christ.
Yeah, you're pathetic. And
the reason why I think it's fake is they're smiling and they're arguing. This is a different kind of argument.
And this it's over. Look,
and then you're the one who's saying I'm mentally abusing you when I'm just asking questions, and you're the one who's throwing insults.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're.
And now I got to defend Rev a little bit, because when Rev started the stream, they had a plan. And Shandy, this is when I question your intelligence and I question how you go about doing things, because it ain't just on here. You've done this mess in front of me, but the point is that you will have an idea what you want to do. You'll have a plan, and then you'll make a video. Okay, Rev's going to get on here, and he's going to defend the honor of his woman and everything and whatnot, right? He'll get on here and defend the honor of his woman, and then then she starts attacking you because she thinks she's going to get brownie points from the audience. As if this is any of mine or anybody else's business, what's going on between the two of you. Then you get mad when people make videos about it.
Okay.
This is competition, right? It's a competition with her.
No, it's not a competition
yeah, it is.
With me.
Yeah, it is.
You're
Everything.
Talking shit.
It's all
superficial. I'm asking questions.
I came on here supporting you. I came on here supporting you.
And then you switch it to I'm a horrible person.
Because you came against me, and everybody will.
And that's true. When he was on here trying to defend her, She was in the background getting mad about what he was doing with the girl from Norway. But again, Rev, if you're going to be in a relationship with somebody like that, you should expect those kind of things to happen. Both of you are wrong.
See it.
I came against you by asking a question.
While on air, you came against me.
Oh, boo-hoo. I want to know the answer.
You should.
No, now it's going
to.
You should go talk to your friend Draven.
to.
That thinks you're the most disgusting sack of shit.
I don't want to talk
lived.
to him.
You played his stream. He's your friend. Right?
I wanted to know what Anja had to say.
They don't watch Draven. He admits he's angry right now. Now he's going to start telling all their business. So now he's going to admit that they actually do watch Draven, that they do watch Carrie, that they do watch these other channels. Stuff that people already.
You should go talk to Anja. You should talk to Draven too. You should.
Yeah.
He's your friend. Calling you a disgusting wart-faced pig. Like he's your friend. Go for it. You should talk to Draven. You're disgusting. And my uncle put so much money up for you.
I'm disgusting.
Yep, you're disgusting.
Good.
Pathetic.
Well, like I said, I'm not Rev's uncle, but I was in a similar position as the uncle, and I gotta agree with Rev. But now you're gonna hear me starting to agree with Rev now, because that is the kind of person that Shanny is. Shanny will sit there and give you a bag of goods, text you over and over and over. You know, I need a sandwich, Delta 8. I need a soda, Delta 8. I need groceries, Delta 8. I need this, Delta 8. I need that, Delta 8. I need gas, Delta 8. I need this, Delta 8. You know what I mean? And Shanny is really good for that. And then Shanny will give you a bag of goods about how she's going to go to the government and ask for this, that, and the other, but she needs $100 and something, and you give it to her, and then she doesn't do it. Been there, done it, and have seen the recipe.
Disgusting and pathetic because I asked the question.
You're just disgusting. You use my family, and it's just.
I don't use your family.
Yes, you do.
You're using his family right now by being at that house and not trying to do anything to better your situation. All you're doing is laying in a couch all day, literally all day doing nothing, not taking advantage of the opportunity. Do you know how many people would kill to live for free so that any money that come in their hands, they can actually save it? Shanny, I don't think you understand. Since you've been in that house, have you ever taken the time out to think about all of the money that has been donated to you while you've lived in my house for nothing, or you lived in the house with the uncle and you haven't saved a dime? I would call that using, and then lying about your health so that you can stay where you're at. Sorry, Shanny, you're wrong about that. You're dead wrong about that. You are using Rev, and you are using the uncle.
On this couch,
and it's a shame you're too stupid, Shanny, to realize that you're on your way to living outside. The uncle can walk in that house at any moment. It's like you didn't believe I was going to eventually throw you out. You didn't believe you was going to be throwing that the money was going to run out of Colorado. At some point, you got to understand that you got to start like thinking in the future. And if you stay with this cat, you're gonna be sleeping outside, or at least in that Cadillac, which is not going to be able to keep you warm.
You have no place at now.
You're horrible.
So are you.
Hey.
Yeah.
Shanny called him horrible, and then he says, "So are you." So Shanny calls him a name, and Rev accepts it. He knows he's horrible, and then says, "So are you." And Shanny needs to own it because she's horrible too. Shanny's done a lot of things here on social media, and she needs to own it, and she refuses to do it. Of course, I don't expect her to ever do it, but she needs to. Yeah, start.
I didn't gaslight you. I asked a question.
I love it when Rev gets mad, because when Rev gets mad, Rev tells the truth. All of that acting and pretending that they do in front of the camera, where they make believe that is what is it that they called you? They call it performance art or whatever. You know what I mean? One of the first things I asked them when they came to PA, when I finally met these people in person, is I asked them about that fight that they had over there in Colorado. Rev said that junk was real. Performance art, my foot.
Why would you say that? Yeah, well, I know the answer.
Now, Rev's the one recording this, and this is one of the reasons why I thought this was fake, because Rev's the one recording it, and he keeps the phone on so everybody can hear what's going on between the two of them. Normally, it's Rev saying that he doesn't want everybody up in this business. But this time, he's the one with the phone down here. He's the one that's making sure everybody can hear what's being said. You can't blame Shanny this time, Rev.
Why? And why you're
It's just
so
like her, man.
defensive.
I just wish that Shanny and Rev would get a spine and start doing open shows where people can come into the room and actually dialogue with them and talk to them. But like I said, that's how you know that you're guilty for everything that you've ever done on social media, when you can't face your critics. Oh, not only do I face my critics, I'm not very nice when I do it, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. The only time I'm nice when I'm dealing with my critics is when my critics are being civil. All right, get your butt out here. Come on. You find that. Fast forward this a little bit.
The start.
There we go.
You gaslit me.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you
I
did.
asked you a question.
And I told you the truth so that you wouldn't see her pictures in the IG anymore. Ever.
How about not getting the pictures at all, Rev? Shanny's right in this. How about not getting the pictures at all?
Yeah. Jason,
That's it.
that's not what was said, and that's not how it looked like.
I don't care how it looked like. I'm telling you, I had no intention sexually with this woman at all.
That's why you kept saying you want to move to Norway.
Yeah, I want to get out.
Only Germany says, oh my God, it happens in relationships. People say things they don't mean. Well, and Melly, I'm sorry to tell you this. I know these two very well. And there is hundreds of videos on here confirming what Rev's ultimately going to say to Shanny. And believe you me, he meant it.
Out of this country.
Regardless of what.
Let's move to Norway to someone we don't fucking know. That's real smart.
And I'm gonna tell you something else too about people who hold back their anger and don't say the things that they really want to say to people. I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of times when they do get to that place and they start talking and start running their mouth about how they really feel about somebody, you're getting the real thing. Kind of like when somebody's drinking and they get so much of that in their system, and you start asking them questions, and now they don't have that capacity no more to be critical no more and to be slick with their thinking. Now they're just gonna be brutally honest about everything, that's going on in their life or whatever situation that they're in. In this case, I believe Rev was spitting out what he really believes. The Bible says something really interesting. It says that from the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. The Bible also talks about that the issues of a man is found in his heart, right? So if you get a person emotional enough and they start doing this, what's in here is eventually going to come out their mouth. And had I been thinking like that when I started being friends with these guys again, I would have saw past their baloney a whole lot faster. But hey, you live and learn.
Yet you want to get to know her.
No, she was sent by Draven. It's all fake.
Yeah,
But Shanny, even if, okay, let's say hypothetically speaking, he did want to get to know her. Let's say hypothetically speaking, he wanted to move to Norway. Let's say hypothetically speaking, he found her attractive and her tattoos and all this other stuff and whatnot. And now I don't believe that that's the case, but let's just say hypothetically speaking that was true, right? Because he has no money to go to Norway or anything like that, right? Let's say hypothetically speaking that's true, right? As a woman, what are you supposed to do? Begins with a D. You're supposed to dump him and show him from the word go. You're not putting up with that. But you can't because A, you're in a codependent relationship. B, you need him. Okay, you don't got a backup option, and if he throws you out the house, you're screwed. It's a cardboard box for you, or a homeless shelter for you, or whatever. And Shanny, sometimes I think you don't really see your situation for what it is. You are an argument away, saying the wrong thing away from saying the wrong thing to Rev away from being thrown out that house. You better watch yourself, Shanny. You better watch yourself, because little by little, Rev's eyes are being opened about you. Little by little.
You were fantasizing about it.
No, I wasn't.
Going to Norway.
Yeah, going to see Norway, sure. Norway's fucking cool looking.
Yeah, but I highly doubt he wanted to go to Norway with you, Shanny. Like I said, Shanny, and in my video about you being a low-value woman, you don't bring nothing to the table. You know, just to get off these guys real quick, one of the most annoying things a woman says to a man when he's trying to kick it to her is that, well, what do you have to offer me? And then he goes through the whole laundry list of his job, what he makes, where he lives, yada, 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 yada. And then a lot of men forget to ask that same woman, what do you got to offer me? And if you don't mind me being blunt, a lot of women only, a lot of times, at least in my experience, in the experience of a lot of men, and you can look it up on YouTube, you'll see what I'm talking about. A lot of women just tell you that, well, I'll lay on my back, basically. I'll hit you with that loving. But they want you to have a car, a house. They want you to have a ton of money. Get the heck out of here. You must be crazy. But in this case, Shanny, you have absolutely nothing. I want you to think about this. When you present yourself on the internet, Shanny, let's just say we can find you a guy that likes women like yourself, right? You do understand there has to be something about you that another man is going to want, right? But if you're telling people you got fibromyalgia, you can't walk, you can't talk, you can't chew, you can't drink, your hair looks like, it hasn't been cleaned in 100 years or whatever. You wear the same shirt every single day. You're not doing anything to do about your hygiene or anything like that. You're not presenting yourself like a respectable lady on here or nothing like that. And you are showing that you ain't nothing but a liability. Ain't nobody in their right mind gonna want you. Even Rev is starting to slip out of your fingers because you ain't bringing nothing to the table. You want the man to work. You want the man to run errands. You want him to wipe your butt. You want him to do all of these things, and you are bringing nothing to the table. That's why I call Shanny a low-value woman, because she brings diddly squat to the relationship. So from Red's perspective, I kind of understand how he feels.
The land of Vikings.
I have every right.
But at the same time, Shanny is 100% right. She has every right to be angry if he's going to insist on being in a relationship with her and then looking at news from another woman and then telling that same person to send them somewhere else and not to your Instagram or whatever.
Feel the way I feel and to be hurt.
Feel that way. Be hurt.
Again.
Yeah. Well, now we can be done with it, maybe, right? Because it's for where you want. If you want to be finished with this, I'm fine with it.
Rev's always the one that's initiating it, and that is literally the only trump card he has to put Shanny in her place. If he wants the upper hand in a relationship, all he's got to do is say, "Look, I'll break up with you. If you don't want to be in a relationship, get to stepping." And he knows Shanny ain't going nowhere because where's she gonna go? You don't talk about the ultimate trump card. That's what you get for being lazy, Shanny. You put yourself in this situation.
Yeah, I know you are, because you want to finish. You're sick of doing help.
Yeah, you're sick of helping me, and you put that on me too. You see that, folks?
I didn't put that on you. I know. I'm horrible.
Yeah.
I know I'm going through a lot, and I need help. But I need help.
Yep. And
I'm horrible for needing help.
No, you twisted it to your own. You are a total narcissist.
How?
You are a complete narcissist.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are, because it's all about you. You don't care about Rev. You don't care about Rev's uncle. You don't care about your friends. You don't even care about your mom. You don't care about you don't care about your late mother. You don't care about your late father. You don't care about your sisters and your siblings. You don't care about your cousins. You don't care about the people who watch your YouTube channel. You don't care about the roaches. You don't care about the ants. You don't care about the dirt. You don't care about the clouds. You don't care about the sun. You don't care about Jesus. You don't care about God. You don't care about the Holy Spirit. You don't even care about the devil. The only person you care about, Shanny, is Shanny. Yes, you are a narcissist. The whole world revolves around nobody breaking your heart and you living the life that you want. Yes, you are a narcissist.
No, I'm not.
Very abusive, man.
How? Because I ask questions.
Very abusive.
Because I get upset because I see my man go to another woman.
Which never happened.
Well, that's how I see it.
Never happened.
Rev, she has a point in the sense that you should have told whoever this lady was not to send you nudes. Let's continue. And some people in my chat think they're slick. Hey, G-Man, what kind of relationship advice can you give? When was the last time you was with a woman? And this is when I'm going to go back to being G-Man of, let's see, this is 2024, right? 2022, 2023, 2021, 2020, and the old G-Man. This is when I go back to the old G-Man. That, quite frankly, ain't none of nobody's business on whether or not I'm in a relationship or not. But the point is, I do have enough experience to know, just like I think of somebody who's brain dead and has not marijuana, has crack for a brain, at least would know not to accept news from another woman if you are in a relationship with somebody. It's common sense.
Happened.
By the way, I got a PhD in common sense. Anyway, let's continue.
It never
Jason,
happened.
you said you wanted to move to Norway. You saw her pics. You said send your pics here. I don't know what you said to her other than that. You could be erasing messages and stuff.
I don't care what you think. I didn't erase any messages. You erased every message that was ever erased. You did. Because you're so insecure, you can't even see another woman's body.
But that's irrelevant to the point, though, Rev. If you know that she's insecure, you should not be accepting these nudes. And this is where you're wrong. Let me tell you something. I'm telling you this over the internet. I will tell you this to your face. I said, no. I don't like Shanny. I don't like what Shanny has done to you. I don't like what Shanny attempted to do to me. I don't like what Shanny has done to other people. But I'm going to tell you this. In this case, Shanny's right. She is 100% correct. You ain't got no business accepting no nudes from no stranger if you are so much in love with Shanny.
That's how insecure you are. When I don't look at anybody but you.
If you're getting nudes, you're looking at somebody else, you moron.
That's why you asked for her pics, right?
Not to mention, I'm gonna call you a moron again. The girl that at the convenient on in Scranton, there was several women. I would say in Walmart. There was some women at the gas station. You are so full of it, Rev. It's not even, no, actually, this Dollar Tree. Actually, come to think about it, this Giant Charities. There's a bunch of different places, dude, where I've caught you looking at the hotel, for crying out loud. Stop it, man, with the nonsense. Just stop it.
Yeah, go to hell, Shannon. Oh, yeah, you're already there.
But I do like the fact that he is defending himself. I absolutely love it. Whether he's right or wrong, it is about time, because you know Shanny would have made him shave his head again and maybe not put an A on his head. Maybe she would have made him put 666 there. That's how deplorable Shanny is.
And gaslight me to hell? Fine.
I'm not gaslighting you. I'm just saying what you're saying. I don't understand why.
By the way, if anybody out there, before I started speaking out against Shanny, thought for a second that I would have allowed this kind of verbal abuse to happen to me, you don't know me. Because I had to throw her out a long time ago. They would have never made it to Colorado. A long time ago.
You can't even answer me that question.
You want answers. You want me to talk forever. And you hate my voice, too.
Let me tell you something about
me. You don't even like hearing my voice.
And a lot of women don't like it when I say this, but this is how I am as a person. All right. And a lot of women don't like this. I am not one of these men that if I get in a relationship with a woman and we start fighting, then I'm going to put my hands on you. That's not how I handle you. I tell any woman that I think about getting involved with or I've been involved with that I'm like, you know, I'm not going to put my hands on you. That's not who I am. I'll tell you what I am going to do, in which you're going to wish I put my hands on you. I will drop you like that. Then you're not in love. No. If it gets to the point that I'm so angry, that I'm so upset that I feel like I got to do something like that, that relationship's over. And I know that's the worst kind of pain to have to deal with. You want to put somebody in their place really fast? Have that attitude. Don't go around trying to smack them and trying to make them be all little and try to control them. Drop them and find somebody else. Simple as that. If you feel like you got to get so angry that you got to hit them, that is the best way to deal with them. And with somebody like Shanny, Rev needs to throw her out one day and say, look, this is the way things are going to be. But again, in this particular case, I got to defend Shanny because she's right. That's why I said in my video, I don't agree with everything that that Rev was saying, because Shanny was making some good points. And in this case, Shanny is making an excellent point. If you're in a relationship with somebody, then, be faithful. Don't be accepting new pictures from other women and then getting on here talking about how much you love your girl, because when she finds those new pictures, she's going to be upset. She's going to be broken. She's going to verbally thrash you. And in this case, they're doing it publicly instead of doing it privately. Tell you the truth, they probably did do it private. She probably got him to make the video to begin with and then planned on getting him in public, thinking she was going to get brownie points. Shanny, as I said in my last video, your days of brownie points are over. When you decided to let Rev into your life and have your kids taken away. That's when you lost it. Nobody trusts you no more.
Boys, I sit here all day next to you, and if I get a little too loud, shut up.
I don't do that.
Yes,
I
you
say,
do.
quiet down, please.
Yeah,
You're hurting my
down,
ears.
please. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like, my life has been just fucking destroyed, man.
Why do you have to do this?
Well, no, he's got a point, Shanny. His life is destroyed. And Rev, part of the reasons, because I'm not going to make this all about Shanny. I'm one of the few people on here who will say this, but it ain't all about Shanny. Listen to me. She can't do nothing unless you allow it. That's why I got that little funny video on my community post with the guy, with the lady coming asking for money all the time. He just giving it to him. Eventually, you're going to be broke if that keeps happening. You got to say no at some point. You got to put caps on it. And you didn't do that. And that's why you're in a situation that you're in. You can't blame her solely on that. Now, on the other hand, Shanny went into the relationship, but now we're going by what her mom said, what her dad said. We're going by what other people in the community has said. We're going by what even came out of her own mouth, that she got involved with you for the money. It's as simple as that. And Shanny's probably mad. Her head's blowing up. What's left of her hair is probably going in different directions. Her head's exploding. But you were just with him for the money, Shanny. And the only reason you're still with him is because he can provide a roof over your head. The second somebody with a minimum wage can offer you better, you're gone.
To me.
You ripped my soul out, dude.
You're so mean to me.
You ripped my soul out.
You're so mean to me. I didn't do anything to you other than that.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did. You spent the man broke. And some people might be watching this and be like, G-Man, technically. Let me tell you something about a good woman. If a good woman sees, and I'm not speaking for all men, unfortunately, in this day and age that we're living in, there are some men out there that would agree with Shanny and what she did, unfortunately. But most of us men know that if you got a woman that sees you spending to the point that your money's almost gone, at some point she's going to stop you and tell you, look, you need to chill out with all this spending. You know what I mean? And try to invest and try to get more money. You know what I mean? But Shanny's not that kind of person. Shanny will spin you dry. She tried that garbage with me, but it didn't work.
Your question.
Yeah. Right.
But again, Rev, she has every right to be upset about this. But Shanny, if you're suggesting that he was gonna that she was in your house and Rev and her was doing the hanky panky and all of that in your house and whatnot, this is when I gotta say you're cuckoo, Shanny, because that never happened. Because most of the time you two are in the same room together and you're paranoid about being in the bathroom too long because some woman might come in there and take your man away from you. That's why he can't go outside and play with his friends.
Do I have to be the bad guy because I didn't do anything?
You're the
guy. Chris says I'm the bad guy and I didn't do anything.
Chris was on point when he started talking about all of this, and that's your ex-husband. I mean, your real ex-husband, not some boyfriend pretending to be your husband. I'm talking about somebody who either went to a courthouse and signed some papers, or you guys walked down that aisle and said, I do and I do. All right. But according to Chris, you wasn't faithful in that relationship. You was having phone sex with Rev. All right. You were talking to other YouTubers more than you were spending time with your own man. Talking about how you was working and all this other stuff. You're funny, Shanny. You're funny.
Working my ass off.
No. That works on Rev. That's gonna work on a guy like Rev because Rev doesn't know your work history. Shanny, you better hope to God he doesn't do no research on this internet. Come and think about it. Rev, why don't you do this, Rev? Ask her what she did for a living, and then ask her how many years she did it. Then call those places of employment and go see how long she was there. You're not going to do that because you don't want to know the truth. But it doesn't make a difference. Everything that is done in the dark will eventually come to the light. And, you know, that you're going to know the truth. And hopefully it will set you free when you accept it.
And now I'm really sick and it doesn't matter. They'll still hurt me. Everyone will always hurt me. They don't care. They don't care how I'll take it.
Shanny, do me a favor, because you go to Google and get everything else, right? I know you've been to Google and you found out what borderline personality disorder was from Google. You went on there and found out what fibromyalgia was from Google. Why don't you go look up crocodile tears for me? Real tears. Look up that too. She's like in the back of her mind, I hope some sucker's watching this and can rescue me from this oppression of Rev. For the rest of your life, Rev. You see, Shanny sat there and made a video one time. I don't know if you guys saw it, but Shanny made a video one time talking about I could have been licking her every day and I could have been doing this, that, and the other. Let me tell you something, Rev. This is all you do for the rest of your life. Knock yourself out, bro. Knock yourself out. He's a piece of work, man. Why don't you go get some Kleenex, Shanny? The invisible ones, because you ain't crying. Sounds like you're laughing and giggling a little bit. Women in there fake behind tears. That's how they control a lot of men. Let me fast forward this a little bit.
How did I do that? You constantly putting intentions and words in my mouth and bullshit.
What other intention do you think I'm going to think when someone says send my pics here? No, it's not.
Silence somebody with constant
See, you're upping your voice and you won't let me finish this so people hear. Why don't you listen to the question?
Bullshit.
Why would you say send my pics here?
Okay, so Shanny knows that the phone is still going. Okay.
If you didn't want to see them.
IG.
Yeah.
You must impulsively
It's
send
more like hiding shit from Shannon.
No.
Oh.
It's not.
Oh, then what is it for?
I was right.
Shanny, let me ask you something, Shanny. Just out of curiosity. If Rev went to the store and came back with a lady and brought her in his Cadillac and had sex with her, what are you gonna do, Shanny? I'll do you one better. If Rev got two women and decided to have sex inside of his Cadillac with them, what are you gonna do about it, Shanny? I'll do you one better. What if Rev decided to go find the Godfather and go get a whole list of hoes and bring them into the house and decides that he wants to deal with every last one of them, Shanny, and have them strip in front of him, and then he has sex with them right in front of you? What are you going to do about it, Shanny? Just curious. Because you know he's coming to the realization he can do that, and you ain't going nowhere. This is why you always got to put it in a person's heart that you will walk and that you will leave. But not in your case, because you need him and he needs you. Y'all some codependent people.
Right here when I typed it.
Then what is it for?
So you never see anything.
And hiding shit from Shannon.
Oh, okay. You want to see her nudes.
If she's gonna send it to you, yeah, I
You
want
wanna
to see
see
what she
him?
sends you.
Then don't complain when she
By the way, if
says
there's any man watching this and you're interested in Shanny, hide stuff from her all the time. It is not her right to know every little tiny thing that's going through your head.
nudes.
Yeah, you want to see them.
And the reason
That's
why
the
I'm
thing.
saying that, and the reason why I'm mean about it, and the reason why I'm cold-blooded about it, if you watch the Shanny files, or the Chronicles of Shanny, I think I called them, in that particular video, I showed everybody some audio where Shanny got mad at me because I made a deal with Rev in private without her knowing about it, and I was giving Rev advice. Okay, that I was giving Rev advice without her knowing about it. But this dummy has been so indoctrinated that he'll go to her and tell her everything like a dummy because he has no life experience.
Implying that, putting intention
I
on
think
me.
you have feelings for the girl.
You gaslight me every time. I don't have feelings for her. I don't know her.
No.
No. I gotta show people this. No. This is comedy gold. I gotta show people this one. This is how I know you're a troll now. Definitely. Let me stop screen sharing this here real quick. I gotta show people something here real quick. Hold on. This one's good. This is how I know Melody Germany is a YouTube troll now. I officially got proof. You clearly have never had a decent woman. Women don't cry to control men. What a cynical way of viewing it. I can literally spend the next 20 days on this topic alone. Women don't use crying to control men. Melanie, I officially am not listening to you no more. I believe your brain has went south for the winter. It's called manipulation. They do it all the time. As a matter of fact, what's that lady name? She has a YouTube channel where her whole channel is about nothing. Is nothing about. I'm sorry. Is nothing but on the topic of women manipulating men. Because I've been looking at this topic pretty hard since I got away from Shanny and Rev. And women use crying a lot. That's one of their greatest weapons, especially to men that are simps or men that are overly nice and don't know how to put their foot down. Women don't use crying. Are you serious? Anyway, let me I'm never gonna take you seriously again, Melanie. You are officially a troll to me now. And you are going to get trolled back from me from here on out. I'm not taking you serious no more till you think about what you say before you speak.
I don't love people I don't know yet. I don't know her. But she's from
That doesn't mean that you accept news, Rev.
Script.
Yeah.
And Draven made it clear. Now I want you to make sure you know that I don't tell anybody to do anything. I believe him. I don't think he told her to do it. She did it.
I didn't see all of Draven's video regarding this, so I don't know what part Draven played in all of this. I know he played some role in it. I think. I probably should call him and talk to him about it, to be honest.
Her own volition and to give some whatever she can give.
Yeah, and then you say horrible things to me that aren't even fucking true.
Everything's perspective, honey.
Yeah, well, apparently.
I gotta disagree with that, Shanny. See, I actually know you personally, and I know a lot of the things I've read saying about you is true. This ain't me just viewing you on YouTube. I know what kind of a person you are.
Apparently, I have a low self-esteem, but yet a
You have very low self-esteem. You have low self-esteem.
The two don't
You
match.
are a narcissist with low self-esteem. You get in the mirror and you lie to yourself about you being a diva, you being a queen, and all this other nonsense that you got on here. You get on here bragging about. Somebody told me that you said that you have the IQ of presidents. That you have the IQ of presidents.
Which one is it?
Oh man.
See.
Yeah, which one is it?
The frustrating things about Rev. Rev reminds me of Drag. One day, Rev's going to be a good debater. One day, because Rev and Drag has this one thing in common: they both suck at arguing. Neither one of them know how to argue. One time, I got mad at Drag, and I told Drag to Drag, if you want to learn how to debate, Argue with your wife every day. You'll get good at it real fast if you do nothing but argue with her. You'll learn how to make point and counterpoint. But Rev just stinks at this. He doesn't know what to say to Shanny. That's why she's constantly wheeling him back in, because he doesn't see what she's doing. But I see it. I see it.
Enigma, let's put it that way.
More, I'm a hurt woman because I saw my husband do something that I didn't think he promised me he would never do again.
But Shanny, here's the thing, Shanny, and this is another reason why I believe you're a narcissist. I've never understood, and Shanny, one of these days you need to address this, and I know you're probably watching this right now, but one of these days you need to address this. Why is it wrong for Rev to look at news from another woman when you yourself are flirting with people on the internet on a regular basis? There is literally, if you go to Fat Courtney Love's channel alone, forget the rest of these other art, just go to Fat Courtney Love's YouTube channel. There's at least 15 videos with you on there, either flirting with and then there's Fundy Archive. Actually, come to think about it, you do got to use all of them. XX Archive, Fundy Archive, and Fat Courtney Love, where you're flirting with Drag's wife, you're flirting with me on Fundy Archive, you're flirting with several other YouTubers on here. As a matter of fact, on Fundy Archive, if I'm not mistaken, you're flirting. As a matter of fact, you're flirting with what was his name again? Fundamentally Flawed. No, not Fundamentally Flawed. I got that one wrong. Positively Godless. My bad. It ain't Alex Botton. No. It's Scott from Positively Godless. You were flirting with him. You were flirting with a whole bunch of people in this community while you was with Rev. Men and women. And you expect him to sit there and be quiet. Meanwhile, you're getting upset with him because he's getting pictures from other people. So in that sense, I see it from Rev's perspective. But it doesn't change the fact that he's wrong in this situation. But Shanny, you are very much a narcissist. Okay, and you seriously need to humble yourself, because you shouldn't be a narcissist. You ain't got nothing to be narcissistic about, to be honest. Like I said, you bring nothing to the table. Absolutely nothing.
I was talking to this woman.
And you get mad at me for feeling bad about it?
I don't care.
And then you say I'm gaslighted?
It keeps screaming too. Go ahead.
I'm upset. How can I not be upset?
Nothing.
I'm upset that a troll sent Rev a new picture, and he's going to leave me for a troll that doesn't even want him. Like I said, Shanny, you got the IQ of presidents. You definitely got the IQ of presidents, because this is what it takes to keep a man in 2024. Yep. Sarcasm.
Get upset about.
There's nothing to be. Oh, so it's okay for women to.
What I would do to get this woman in a room to talk about feminism right now is not even funny. The things I would be willing to do just to talk to her for 3 hours on feminism. First wave feminist, my foot. You ain't no feminist. You need a man, and if that man never leaves you, is boo-hoo-hoo. You ain't no first wave. Rev is no longer a capitalist, and you are no longer a feminist.
Send pics to you.
Is it okay for guys to send you dick pics?
No.
Yet on XX Archive, you know people were sending you those things, Shanny. Cut the baloney.
I didn't ask her for one picture.
Except the ones that get sent to your email.
Your insecure ass. Yes.
Oh, because it makes me insecure.
You are.
Yeah, you want to see that stuff, though.
No, I don't use the email.
Yeah, I wonder why it's called Eager Beaver Pleaser.
Yeah, you gotta wonder. It's a stupid fucking profile name.
Yeah, it says something.
Oh, sure it does. Of course it does. The name of the YouTube channel is Rev and Shanny, because I really like doing content with you, and you never even liked doing content with me. I was constantly asking you to fucking sing smooth.
I've been abused.
You've been abused. Shanny, listen to me, Shanny. I know you've been through a lot on social media, but I don't think you're in a position to talk about being abused. All right? I believe that you got what you put out to other people. All right. You came on here and you were being racist to multiple people of color here on social media. And don't think I'm picking on you with that, because not only did you do it, you defended other racists on here too. One of them being Scientist Sam. All right. And I actually have an audio that I can play. As a matter of fact, in the very next Shanny's, no, as a matter of fact, I think it's on Fat Courtney Love's channel, I think. But I'll also play what she sent to me, where she told me to leave Scientist Sam alone because he ain't no. Get the heck out of here. Get the heck out of here. You've been abused. You illegally threw me out that house on one of the coldest days of winter. Don't even get me started, Shanny. Then you attempted to do a background search on me and put it on you. Don't even get me started with this. You've been abused garbage. All I see you doing is getting mad and beating up men. There's a lot of things I like to say about that, but, terms of service.
Why do I want to do content when I've been abused?
If anybody wants to know what I really think about that and want to talk to me in private, let me know, and I'll tell you what I think about that. Let's continue.
So bad.
I'm done. I've done nothing but take care of your ass.
Uh-oh. That's right. He pushed that wheelchair. Because, back in Colorado, by the way, this is sarcasm. Back in Colorado, he was pushing that wheelchair because, Shanny couldn't get up and walk and whatnot. Then, after he did the wheelchair, he helped to get up and gave her a cane because, she couldn't do anything and whatnot. Sarcasm. Then he wiped that butt.
Why?
And then you hurt me.
To just be abused by you.
How am I abusing you?
This.
Oh, really? Asking questions over something you
did. Forcing him to be on social media when he doesn't want to be on social media. This guy don't like being on YouTube. We all know you're forcing him to make these videos in order for him to get his smokes. And I'm pretty sure. Now, if it's not smokes, I'm pretty sure it's pretty close to that. He's probably not getting them big bags of tobacco no more. Maybe now he's just getting packs of cigarettes. I don't know because I'm not there no more. But I'm pretty sure you're telling him that if he wants smokes, he's going to have to get on here and put some content out there. And basically, all your content is these days, Shanny, is wah, 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 wah. That's all your content is these days.
And I answered every question truthfully.
Yeah. Well, that email.
That's all there is.
I can't seem to get it past me when someone says, send the pics here.
Oh, and Shanny, if you're watching this and being mean to me in private, no, go ahead and be mean. Show who you really are. Remember, when I saw you last time, right to my face, you called me the N-word. And then you got the nerve to get on here and talk about something that God's on your side. God is on your side, huh? Mm-hmm. God's on your side, huh? Let me show you something here, bro. You know what? I don't want to do that. You want to know why? Because if I do that, I'm actually going to be in sin. But I could do something really evil right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
I really love
I don't
tattoos.
Care what you think. I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't care. That's why you posted it.
The intention was to so you never saw a nude of her again because you're so insecure you can't handle seeing her body.
Rev, you shouldn't have been accepting nudes from her. And it's actually an admission by you right now that you wanted her nudes while being with Shanny, knowing how Shanny is. In this case, she's right. She's 100% right. I'm not going to lie for you, Rev. She's right at this particular point. Again, I mean, she took your virginity, but, you don't got a lot of relationship experience. You keep bragging about how you can make a girl do this and you can make a girl do that and everything. But you don't know how you don't got a lot of experience about the do's and don'ts in a relationship. Okay. Some people will tease me on here and say, gee, man, you ain't got a lot of relationship experience. First of all, you don't know nothing about me to know what I have. you understand what I'm saying? You don't know what I got. I know I got enough sense to know that you're not supposed to be accepting those things when you're in a relationship with somebody.
And you think I like that. Putting intentions on me where there are none.
Yeah, that's why you said it.
You deleted the pictures real fast.
That's why you said
or
it.
vice versa.
What? I said send them here, not IG. Ever.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you can get your titty and crotch.
Yeah, I never even look at the emails. I never look at that email address ever. I never look at it ever. Never.
Eventually, the uncle is gonna if they keep this up and doing all this loud talking, the people that live next door to them is gonna complain about the noises going on in that house, and the people in that block is gonna complain about them too if they keep arguing like this. This is not good. And if those neighbors complain too much, Rev and Shanny will be thrown out.
You know what I saw?
I don't care. I don't care. You
I
put
know.
intentions on me. You
That's
put
mean.
words in me.
I'm not putting
Yeah,
words
you
in
did.
you. I'm
You
saying
did.
exactly what you said.
You did. You put words in my mouth.
What words did I put in your
Constantly.
mouth?
Heart. Bullshit.
You sent her a lot of hearts.
Money.
So, Rev, it's
Yeah, you
interesting
look-
that you're on here admitting that you're just using these people for money. And then you're recording it so everybody can hear it. And then you wonder why I get on this channel sometimes and I say that you and Shanny are not the most intelligent people in the world.
Love that money too. Because it gets your soda.
Wow. Shanny, I thought you was only getting a couple of noodles with a little bit of sauce on it. Now we're learning that you're getting soda. The plot thickens.
It's just true. Yeah, it's the very truth, and you know it.
You know what I wish
Yeah,
would
keep
happen with
trying.
these two? It may sound mean with me saying this. Some of you may think it's not godly, but if you believe that, you never read the book of Job and you've never actually read the Bible. Both of them need to continue to go through a Job experience so that these knuckleheads can stop doing the kind of things that they're doing. See, the problem is homelessness is not going to make Rev repent because he's already willing to accept it. He would rather be homeless in order to have a job. Shanny, however, is not willing to do the same. So Shanny needs to continue to go down she needs to keep going down in order for her to take a good look at herself in the mirror. I personally think, and this is an unpopular opinion, when she made the video claiming that she was obese, finally admitting that she was obese, finally, and then saying that she might have diabetes, although I think it was a ploy for something else. But when she finally admitted these things, that it shows that she knows that she ain't going to get nowhere with Rev and she's going to have to get up and do it herself. Like I said, Rev, and I said this to your face, so you can't tell me I'm one of these people that went on a reaction channel going after you. I said this to your face. You're an embarrassment to men, dude. You're an embarrassment because you refuse to work. Not that you can't find work, you refuse to.
Gonna turn it around on me. I see.
Turn it around on you, honey.
And Rev,
I'm so sick of my.
here I'm being with this, Rev. Even if I made up with you tomorrow, I would still tell you to your face that as a man, you are an embarrassment to males all across the world who actually get up their behinds and actually go work. That's why I don't like rich people. Rich people, not all, but a lot of them don't know what it's like to not have nothing. And this spoiled brat lost everything, and now he's in my world, and he doesn't know how to navigate through this jungle. It's called getting a job. It's called making some sacrifices. It's called saving your money.
Broken.
You do it to yourself.
I didn't do shit.
Yeah. There's no intention here. I'm telling you, there was no intention. None. No sexual intention at all. None.
It doesn't matter if there wasn't no sexual intention. You violated her trust by accepting nudes from another woman. Now, when Shanny gets on here, she flirts with other men. You should stop her right then and there and tell her to stop doing it. And Rev, I can go on Fat Courtney Loves YouTube channel. I think when you have blonde hair, I think this is when you dyed your hair blonde and you still had like a couple of $100,000 left. And you no, you ain't have a couple of $100,000. You had under $100,000, and you got on here and you said that you think it's cool that your wife likes other women. that your wife likes other women and you find that sexy. You should have nipped that in the butt from day one, and you never did it. I think I came up with the most appropriate title. I'm sorry, the most appropriate channel name for what I be talking about on here now. and these are just people that are reaping what they sow. You sow stupidity, you're gonna get it right back.
Zero sexual intent. None.
Doesn't matter, Rev. You just apologize to her. Don't accept no more nudes, and they keep it moving.
Zero.
And then that link
Mm-hmm.
that was on your links.
Mm-hmm.
And Rev, I'm sorry, not Rev. Shanny, you're stupid, Shanny, and I'm gonna tell you why. I mean, I believe. Which one of you guys did a stream and show? No, I think it was Draven. Draven was showing. I need to go back and watch that again, but I believe that Draven was showing the emails that was coming from both Rev and Shanny towards this lady, right? And Shanny knew that this person was a troll. And this is another reason why I think something like this is not necessarily real. I think some of the things that they're saying in this video is real, and I think some of this is just them acting.
You love pop-ups that install stuff on your
How
desktop?
do you think I should feel if it was you? How would you feel about it?
I would look at the reality of the situation, that we are trolled by quite a few people, and they take our emails and even our...
Okay, Rev, let's say hypothetically speaking that you're right about that. Yeah, you have become Von Hilton on here. You've become Foodie Beauty and some of these other people that they make fun of on here, that they make fun of all the time. Let's say hypothetically speaking that that's true, right? Why are you streaming? Like, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand that if you want them to stop, that you do one or two things. Confront them, which you ain't going to do. I'm talking about going to their platforms. Or number two, stop streaming. I wish you knew how to fight so you could tell Shandy that you're not going to stream sometime. But you don't. So, you're going to keep doing what your master tells you to do.
Personal addresses.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You still talk to her regardless if you know she's a troll or
That's
not.
a separate fucking issue. You're talking about this Ansia girl. You were there from the fucking beginning.
I didn't say anything to her. I didn't even know what you were
Yes,
talking to her
because
about.
you don't even care who gives us money anymore.
I don't want. Why would I want to talk to anyone over everything I've gone through?
Go, whatever. You don't even care to thank people.
I have things.
Shitty, I gotta ask you a question, Shitty. If you're not getting money online, you ain't getting no money from the government, you ain't getting no money from the uncle, and you ain't getting no money from Rev, how are you surviving? Like you are so full of caca, it's not even funny.
I thank people. I keep track of who fucking gives money to us, and I go to say thank you.
Rev's right about that.
That's
one
what
of the things that Rev used to do when I used to give him money uncomfortably. Sometimes I thought he was a little fruity by doing this, but he would constantly say thank you all the time, and he would do it so much that it would make me very uncomfortable being around him sometimes. But he does it. He'll thank you over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. He's right about that.
Doing with her. That's it.
Shanny?
Because somebody said this.
So yeah, you guys are talking about you moving to Norway together.
No, she suggested that me and you go for a visit. That's it. Nothing else was discussed. You're making stuff up.
I'm not making anything
Yes, you
up.
are.
What am I making up?
That we were gonna move there.
You've been talking about moving there.
Get the fuck out of this country. Anywhere.
How you gonna move to Norway when you ain't got no money? That ain't no cheap trip. Oh my God, this woman is
Then you say I'm making it up. You admit that I said that.
I've
it
been
wasn't.
talking
Now you say I'm
about
making
getting
it up.
out of this country anywhere. It is not Norway anywhere.
No, you've been talking about Norway.
This is when a lot of
yeah, because we started talking.
The conclusion, they say happy wife, happy life. They say happy wife, happy life. Rev, if that was really your wife, dude, you would be like, you know what? I was wrong. in the conversation. But you sitting there defending. But like I said, I like the fact that you're defending yourself, because if you didn't defend yourself, you would have shaved your head and put a B on your head this time.
Talking to someone trying to
No,
make friends.
you started talking.
You talked
Mad.
to this woman. Now you're gonna
Barely,
lie about
because
that?
you brought her in our lives.
See how you fucking lying sack of shit. You are such a liar.
Oh, really? Who's the one who first initiated conversation?
Because
with her? It wasn't me.
Because a person gives money and I go say thank you, it's bringing another woman into our relationship, you psycho.
Obviously.
You're an idiot. You are a fucking psychotic.
I
idiot.
am.
Like a breakup would happen. We'd be like, you know what? God, I'm going home. I'm going to forget your phone number or whatever. But they can't do that. It's like people are trying to get these two thrown into prison. They're already in prison. They gotta look at each other every single day. You know, Lord, I gotta give you thanks, Almighty God, Lord. I gotta give you thanks. I gotta give you thanks, God, because if I've never seen a perfect judgment, this is a perfect judgment for two people that has wronged so many different people online and in their personal lives. And I'm primarily focusing on Shanny.
You're talking about moving to Norway and then wanting to see your pics.
Fuck you, Shannon. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You used me and my family.
I didn't use you.
Yes,
I loved
you. Did.
you.
You're disgusting.
All right, so now the ad homs are going to come. So anyway, so he knows he can't win that argument with Shanny. Shanny's right about that. So now he's going to start telling her the truth about what he really thinks about her. Number one, Rev does believe that she has been using him. He doesn't care because he's getting that poutine pie. And that poutine pie means so much to him that he gets down and he worships it every opportunity he gets, instead of actually doing what Jesus told him to do. Because if he ever did that, a lot of his problems within the 6-month period would just go away.
Use my family.
Oh, you're just saying that just to say it.
Danny, I'm going to confirm what he's saying. You are using his family.
Gravy trade's coming to an end now. It really is. You're going to have to be on the street, and I don't know what you're going to do.
I want that to sink into your head, Shanny, if you're actually watching this, because he's right about that. If the uncle comes there tonight or tomorrow or the night after that, and he says, get out, what you going to do? What's your big plan, Shanny? Squatters' rights? When he tells you to get out, you're going to have to get out. It's as simple as that.
Good for you, Jason.
I don't know what you're going to do.
Good for you, Jason.
Hopefully, we could both find a halfway house.
Good for you, Jason.
Because you destroyed this relationship.
I didn't destroy this
Single-handedly.
relationship. By what? Just asking you about this shit?
Smashed it apart. For no
Asking
reason.
you about this shit and being upset because you're saying this stuff
No
behind my
reason.
back?
No reason.
Oh, I ruined it.
But Shanny, why is this any of my business, though, Shanny? Why is this? I mean, you know the people on here are going to make millions because of this. I'm exaggerating. But they're going to make money on here based on this fight that you're having. And you're going to get them a whole bunch of views for doing this. Why is it any of our business what you two are doing? And why is this so important for everybody to know this on YouTube? Nobody's putting a gun in your head and telling you to put this out there for other people to see.
Because I asked questions about it and I'm upset about it.
No
I remember when I met Indigo in person. A lot of you probably know this story about the hotel and everything and whatnot. Indigo tried to play me on camera. On camera. I am not Rev. I keep saying this over and over again. As anybody who got this idea that they think I'm using my equipment to try to play me out, they must be crazy. I killed that noise super fast.
And then you can say I'm crazy. That's
Yep.
what men do to gaslight
are.
women. I'm crazy.
You are.
I'm horrible.
You are. You're being horrible.
How? By asking questions?
Which I told you the truth of everything. And you continue
Yeah.
to gaslight
When
me
have I given you one
and
ad
put-
hom?
and put intentions.
How many ad homs
Shanny, I
have you
want
given me?
to advise you again, Shanny. If you believe that you was going to get sympathy for doing this, I think the only people that's really sympathizing with you, they got an agenda. But as far as getting sympathy to the point that you're going to get the millions and the millions of donations, you're sadly mistaken, Shanny. You're sadly mistaken. Nobody's forgotten what you've done.
Me.
I don't give a fuck.
I'm just
about
asking
ad-
questions
What
here.
is this G plus ad homs?
I'm just asking questions here.
You don't talk like that.
I'm just asking questions.
Ad homs. You're in G plus again.
Well, that's because you're on camera and she's putting a show on for the camera. That's why she's talking like that.
Go have those people as
Keep
your friends.
gaslighting me like this. I don't care.
I'm not gaslighting you at all.
I'm telling you why I'm upset.
The truth.
I'm telling you why I'm upset.
And you brought me into this hell with these people.
Oh yeah, I brought you into it.
You did.
Yeah.
Well, technically, he's telling the truth, Shanny. You're the one who introduced him to the hangout scene when he was doing prophecy stuff and he was doing the stuff with the radio. You are the one that got him involved in the G Plus community. For more on that, go look at the story of the Minnesota Barracuda.
I did.
Rand Campbell needs to talk to you.
So what? I didn't know it was going to happen. I didn't know there was going to be psychopaths.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, Shanny, you kind of did know that there was going to be psychopaths because if I'm not mistaken, let's say hypothetically speaking, Rev started getting involved with this. Let's say about a year before you and him actually hooked up, right? Let's just say around that time, right? That would mean that Shanny, you would have, because according to you, you saw The Amazing Atheist when he first started like making videos on here and whatnot. You remember him when he only had like about 200 or 300 subscribers, when Brett Keane actually had more subs at one point than The Amazing Atheist, right? You've seen the chaos that happened when Christians and atheists were going after each other. All you got to do is type in the straight dope on Brett Keane and look at how the trolling was going on during those particular days, and go look at how The Amazing Atheist participated in that. Look at old episodes of The Drunken Peasants where Paul's ego and The Amazing Atheist is talking about Brett Keane, and Brett Keane is talking about them and all the drama that was going on. Then this stuff that was going on years later between myself and Brett Keane and me and other people in the community and whatnot. She knew full well what she was getting him involved in. Not to mention, before their relationship, Dragna and several other people was already making videos about her. For crying out loud, the Drunken Peasants, before they got in a relationship, before Rem and Shanny got together, was laughing at Shanny because Shanny said that the moon, what did she say, that the moon didn't exist or whatever, I think? Or the moon was a hologram or some nonsense?
Brett Keane and the type of people that was around him.
I didn't know they would go as far as they did.
Yeah, right. You brought me right into it.
Oh yeah, it's my
Shanny,
fault.
You're also a former atheist. You know full well what kind of people was in that community. So stop it. Stop lying. For crying out loud.
Yes, it is. You brought me into it.
God, you're so mean.
It's all true.
You take no fucking responsibility for yourself. You brought yourself into it.
No, you called me on the phone and said,
now she's gaslighting. Now she's trying to deny what she actually got him involved in. What show was that? No, actually, I can't actually prove that, unfortunately. They deleted everything. I can't prove it. I might be able to prove it with my channel when Shanny used to come to G-Man versus the World, but I would have to look for that though. Or I can find old episodes of TST. Let me do some digging.
Said, get in this room with Rand Campbell.
Yeah, I thought you and Rand would talk to each other. He wanted to talk to you. So I just relayed a message. It doesn't mean I brought you into something.
Okay, so this is what you guys are talking about in my comment section. Somebody asked me, why did Shanny bring up Rand Campbell? And I had responded and I had said that that Shanny probably thinks Rand still had money. Rand used to have his own business. He ain't have no $750,000, but Rand was doing pretty good. And Rev certainly wasn't the richest person in this community either. There were several other people on here that was doing better than Rev. I guess Shanny never heard of those people or whatever, but she might be talking about the time when Rev used to go into the Nadia rooms or whatever. She might be talking about that. I'm not 100% sure. I can ask Rand.
But you can continue with the old things you say just to hurt me when I'm not saying anything to hurt you.
It turns out most of those G plus people are probably satanic.
Maybe. I don't know the truth about what they are.
No?
I don't know them.
Oh, don't you know them?
Not really.
Why did you call me to bring me into a room?
Because he asked about you, so I was like, okay, I'll get it.
Shanny didn't know about the people in the G plus days. Okay, Rev, I can prove this. Shanny is lying through her teeth. I'm going to mention 3 people, and all 3 people were influential during the Great Debate days, and Shanny knew all about them. One of them was Brett Keane. You already know about him. The other person you already know, you're talking about him right now, and that is Rand Campbell, who was viciously attacked during the Great Debate days. All right. She knew about me. Okay. She knew about the Bible thumping wingnut, Matthew 4:19, Veckel. She knew about Galaxy Dreams, Eve Real. She knew about a whole bunch of people in this community. These are people at the top of my head. I have to think about the other ones. I guess you got Tommy Hall, you got Steve McRae, you got Dragnut, there's a whole bunch of people that she knew about. JD Kane, Fiona, Alex Botton when he had his Fundamentally Flawed show, Matt Dillon. It was a lot of people in that community. So you're full of it, Shanny.
Didn't even know me.
He asked about you.
I went in that room.
What more do I have to
you were
say,
dying.
Jason?
You got me in that room and
Oh
you left.
I had to take care of my kids. And not only that, they only had so much room. And I said, I'll leave so he could talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason Rev is even thinking about those old hangout days is because I think he's sitting back and he's looking back at his life and he's trying to figure out what he messed up. And I bet you this, Rev saw the question that I asked on YouTube when I asked, do you regret opening the door for Shanny and do you regret going to Colorado? Because I bet you both of the answers to those questions is yes. Both of them is yes. He regrets opening the door for Shanny, which he's admitted multiple times in anger in these videos, and he definitely regrets going to Colorado. And I think he admits this in this fight.
With these people that I never even seen Christians like this.
I didn't know
You
the
see,
difference.
Rev, and this is what I'm going to get on you now, Rev. You sitting there, you talking about Christians like this. The reason why a lot of people are against you is because of the way you and Shanny was acting when y'all was in Boulder, Colorado, and then when you guys got to Pennsylvania. That's why a lot of people are against you. You'll be hard-pressed to find one Christian on social media, even the universalists, that will sit there and bat for you and say that the two of you are Christians. Like when I was doing it, I was literally probably like one of 2 people. Because for a good while, not even Veckel would sit there and say that that they're not Christians. ask him that now. You know what I mean? Veckel believes that he's glad that they're going through what they're going through right now. Because they need to be corrected. But there's a lot of good-hearted Christians in this community that will give you the shirt off their back. I was one of them. Well, I am one of them. The thing with me is I got this little thing about being used. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit.
You didn't know the difference.
No, I was a young, immature Christian.
That's cool. Why would you call
What about this, Shanny? You was a young, immature witch because you were never a Christian. I don't think you were. And if you were, you're an apostate now. You can't sit here claiming Christianity with half the stuff that comes out your mouth on social media. You can't. Especially when you start talking about God and you being some type of prophetess. Give me a break.
I already told you.
Why would you think
I've never seen God's best friend starve before. Never seen it before a day in my life.
Rand Campbell. Who was Rand Campbell to you at that time?
It's just someone I just met.
Why would you call me and ask it to go?
Because he wanted to talk to you.
It's really fucked up and weird. These people I don't even have a clue in.
What is your fucking paranoia now toward me?
It's not paranoia at all.
What paranoia is it? I don't do anything.
The bad thing about Rev is never going to really know nobody in this community until he gets away from Shanny. Shanny, I don't care how angry you get. I don't care how upset you get. If you want to go in a closet and you want to cry yourself a ocean in there, you can go ahead and do it. Okay? This man ain't going to know nothing about anybody in this community until he gets away from you. You are the one preventing him from getting to know anybody in this community. There are some atheists on here who I don't like. And let me say this again. I don't like them. And I'll say this again. I don't like them. I will say it again. I don't like them that I know can help him. But he ain't never going to know about it until he gets away from you. Because Shanny, not only is Rev holding himself back for being just superiorly lazy, but you're holding him back. Let him come out and play with his friends. Let him have a life outside of you. And if he doesn't want to be with you no more, since you're so much a goblin queen and you think you're all that in a bag of buffalo wings, why don't you go out there and go find yourself somebody else? I don't like to see that.
I've seen others that love you.
Right. No.
Shanny, let me get 100% biblical with you. If you love Rev so much, why are you trying to get him thrown in the lake of fire? I'm not trying to get him thrown in the lake of fire. You're in a relationship with him and you're not even married. And you keep calling this man your husband and he's not your husband. Do you know what God does to fornicators? Do you know?
This is exactly what you do to people you love.
What did I do?
I came on here to make a statement that I love my wife more than anything.
Yeah, you sure showed it.
Yeah, and then you started attacking me on air. It's
no,
disgusting.
I didn't attack you. I asked a question.
Go do reaction videos and reveal it, guys. What she did to me. I was being nothing but supportive of you, and you attacked me.
In the beginning of the video, we all know about that. You're right about that. She confronted you about the naked pictures and everything and whatnot. Something that you guys should have talked about off air.
How did I attack you?
How? Go see it, guys.
How did I attack you?
Go see it.
How did I attack you?
Check it out, guys.
How did I attack you? By asking a question?
I'm going to spaz a little bit. I don't know how guys can stay in relationships like this, where they can be verbally abused, mentally abused, and then stay in that relationship. No. I will grab you by your hair. I will put on my size 11 or take it off, and I will kick your behind out. I ain't got time for that, man. I don't got time for that. If I'm friends with somebody and they're constantly doing it, I won't have nothing to do with them no more. And Rev, you only got yourself to blame, dude. You don't got to go through any of this. Like, do you understand that? You don't got to go through any of this. Shanny, you ain't got to go through any of this. If Rev is so bad, then why don't you go find somebody else? And Rev, if Shanny is so bad, why don't you go find somebody else? And stop getting on social media talking about you love this woman. You lust after her. I think you care about her a little bit. But once your hormones go back to normal, she ain't nothing but a hunk of meat to you. Just keeping it real. You cannot get on here and claim that you love this woman and you will not make any sacrifices. Listen to me. If you love this woman, go get a job and get your own place and feed her. Stop saying you love her. Because if this was the great debate days, I would be challenging you to a debate on whether or not you actually love this woman or not. And I would slaughter you.
Disgusting.
Yeah, asking a question is attacking, right?
Let me tell you something. I have to use myself as an example because there's nobody else in the room here. If somebody else was in the room, I would ask them, like if Draven was in here, or if like who else is in this community? If another male was in this was here, I would ask them, like, how would you treat the woman that you love? So I don't have to do this, but because nobody else is in here, I'm going to have to do it. If I was, oh God. Oh man. See, there's a certain amount of mental preparation I have to do before I say things like this. But I'll put it to you like this. If I was in a relationship with Shanny, I would have a job, I would get paid, and I would try to save my money to get my own place. If I was in a relationship with Shanny and I wanted to show her that I loved her, I would take a portion of my check and actually feed her. If I was in love with Shanny and I actually cared about the woman, I would get her off of social media. You do not love this woman, Rev. And you're never gonna listen to me, dude. What definition of love are we using here? Are we talking about a romantic love? Are we talking about perfect love? The kind of love that God shows his people, like agape love or whatever? What kind of love are you talking about, dude? Because what I personally see you doing is actually using her. And I have a different perspective than some people. I think you're just using her for sex and companionship. That's it. Some people in here, and they're correct when they say that you two are in a codependent relationship. But I think the biggest thing that you want out of her is that you want a warm body next to you, and you want somebody that you can shoot the breeze with. That's about it. But love her? Dude, I don't see you making... Now, you might have made some sacrifices in Boulder. I'm not going to say you never did it, because that would be wrong on my part for me to say that. But now, I don't see you making these sacrifices, dude. You're only doing these things because you don't want her to leave, because in your head, you believe that she's going to pack her bag and go somewhere. Shanny ain't going nowhere, dude. And I think you're starting to understand that. You're not making no great sacrifice for her. And she ain't making one for you either. When you had your money, you took care of her kids and you took care of her. And now that you don't got no money, she barely wants to give you an apple. She don't love you and you don't love her. That's why when I hear this coming out of the mouth, it goes in here. It doesn't even process. It goes right back out because I know what I'm listening to is wrong. This is not what, by the way, if anybody's aspiring to be in a relationship with a woman, this is not love. This is definitely not love.
Nothing was supporting you. You attacked.
I can find a positive video with the two of these two getting along, and I would tell you that that's not love.
Asked a question.
No, you attacked me.
I asked a question.
And
which you still have not answered.
Contrary to popular belief, guys, I am not completely cuffed. I'm not. Now,
I can understand that totally. And I'm going to tell you why I can understand that statement. When I heard him say that the very first time, I was like, yeah. I'm going to tell you why. When I was friends with these two, the same community that's like, G-Man, you did a good job getting away from them. It's the same community that came after me and told me, and I'm talking about the Dragoons, they were coming at me saying that Shanny was my slave master, that they were paying me to make videos. They were paying me to say this, and they would pay. Like, honestly, if my channel was monetized, I could make rent for the next 5 years, pointing out how many different times these people have lied about me regarding these guys. So, when the rare opportunity came where I can actually publicly disagree with them, you better believe I did it. So I understand why he would say that, despite popular belief, I'm not cuffed. Rev, just because you got angry in this video doesn't mean that you're still not that way. Shanny didn't get up yet and start charging towards you. That's why you're saying you're not cuffed.
So when I get gaslit to this point, you're going to
I'm not gaslighting you. I asked a question.
The whole time you gaslit.
I asked a question.
From the fucking moment you started.
How did I get? Do you know what gaslighting even means?
Yes, I do.
Okay, then how did I try to refer to what's going on exactly by asking a question that came out of your mouth.
I have answered your question a billion times.
Somebody got to teach Rev how to argue.
You don't see the problem with what you said.
No, oh yeah, I worded it badly. I did.
It sounded like you were coming on to her and you were sneaking around.
That I will own because it did sound that way. I will own that.
Yeah, I guess I'm not a pig anymore because that's the only problem I had, but you couldn't answer it.
But I'm telling you, you're.
But I'm so abusive.
Yes, you are, because you gaslit me to a point where I fucking flipped out.
I didn't gaslight
yes,
you.
Fucking did.
No, I didn't.
You're putting intentions on me that I did not have. That's gaslighting.
I see what you write.
And the intention was not sex or to see her fucking tits.
It doesn't make
pussy.
a difference, Rev. You shouldn't have accepted the nudes. And then you should have told her to stop sending them. It doesn't make a difference. You should have told her that. Shanny's correct in that matter. If you had a brain, you would bring up the past about how many different times that Shanny went out there flirting with Dragnut, Dragnut's wife, Rand Campbell, Sabella's husband, and all these other people and whatnot. And then stayed on her neck on that topic. But of course, you don't got the experience.
So why do you keep saying you want to go to Norway?
Because I want out of this country.
Yeah, convenient that the girl that's been coming on to you and you keep talking to.
Shanny's making a good point.
Because she's the one saying, come here.
Yeah, and you're like, yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Is that what? Yeah, go to her then.
Good, I will.
I'd have been in out of this conversation inside of 5 minutes. Out of this conversation, I'm like, listen, I'm going for a walk. After I would have broke the phone and took away. Hold on. After I would have broke the phone and made sure she couldn't go on social media and talk behind my back.
Or you would drive the most sane person in the planet nuts.
Go to her.
Amen.
I know I'm nothing.
Well, don't you remember that this is all fake anyway?
I know I'm nothing. I know I'm nothing.
Yeah, you are nothing, but I love you. Yeah, you are nothing. You.
Okay, Rev. I can understand why you would have said that, but that wasn't nice when you called her nothing. That wasn't nice at all. That wasn't nice at all.
You are, but I love you.
No, you don't. You hate her with a passion.
And you aren't nothing. You made 2 kids that are really good kids. You're not nothing, actually. It's not accurate.
No, nobody can manipulate nobody with crying. That's exactly what Shanny's doing right now to him.
Sure.
He's not even crying.
Sure.
No, you're not. You are not. You are not dirt.
We're all dirt. Every last one of us are made from dirt. Just like when God formed Adam and Eve from the dust of the earth. We're all dirt. And when you die, you're going to go back to being dirt. Stop kissing her butt.
You're a good mother to 2 really good boys. That's what you are. And they love you with all their heart. And they want you in their lives.
Too bad she don't want them in her lives.
You are not dirt.
Yeah, she is.
Shannon, my love, you are not dirt.
That's not what you say out of your mouth.
Right about now is when she's going to pretend to, I'm going to end it all. Elizabeth, this is the big one. This is the big one. And then you just, how you reel them in. You just reel them in, right? Mm-hmm.
No.
How do you mean? Do you realize all the horrible things you just said about me?
And they're true, but I've deleted
I'm a narcissist. It's true.
You are a narcissist. It's all about you, Shanny. That's why I made a video last year saying nobody cares about your heart. And I still believe, and I still want to say that in 2024, I don't care about your heart. God needs to destroy that stone, that stone you call a heart, and give you a heart of flesh. Because it's been about you for far too long, Shanny. You are the most selfish, narcissistic female I know on social media. And believe me, there's a lot of them on here.
Bro!
Oh, God, you go to that. Whatever. You do act narcissistic. You literally said you know what God was thinking right at this moment.
Wait a minute. Hold on. And this is why Rev and Shanny don't know their Bibles, and this is where they would get slaughtered dealing with me. We can actually know what God is thinking. You want to know why? Bible. Read it and do what it says. We can have the mind of God if you are in Christ Jesus.
Moment.
I know what God feels about adultery. Yes,
Yeah, I did.
You got to be married in order to commit adultery, Shanny. You two are fornicators playing make-believe. Y'all playing house. Shanny, if you want people to respect your quote-unquote union, go to the courthouse. What does it cost? Like $200 or $300 to get us to sign a document that will recognize the two of you as being married? I mean, for what I understand, you guys lost your food stamps. There's nothing stopping the two of you from getting married now. You're not married. And by the way, Shanny, you don't got a problem with adultery because you wanted that chocolate when he was locked up in prison, okay? And you wanted that chocolate that lived over there in Texas when you was inviting him to go from Texas to go to Colorado. Not only him, but the missus too, if you smell what the Rock is cooking.
Lust in your heart.
I never cheated on you. Period. Remember,
Draven, I get what.
Didn't she lust after this lady named Trisha Paytas or something like that? Wasn't she lusting after her?
But I deserve, right? I deserve a bunch of men to cheat on me and break my heart, right, Draven?
Which I never did. And yeah, he would tell you you do deserve it. He would say that.
Hey, Shanny, I want to bring up a point to you, Shanny. Imagine if you never got involved with Rev and you would have stayed in Duluth. Just imagine. If you would have just stayed your butt in Minnesota. Of course, you probably would have got locked up a couple of times. Because from what I understand, you still got a warrant out there. But, you know, I'm pretty sure you would be better off if you would have stayed in Minnesota. Yeah, I'm almost positive you would have been better off staying in Minnesota. Better than what you are right now.
Deserve to be torn.
Nope, you saw all them dollar signs. Couldn't look past tomorrow.
Born as a person, right?
You're gonna make a lot of money on this video, man. They're gonna make a lot of money on this.
I don't care.
Good job.
I didn't do anything.
Yeah, you did.
Other than cry and ask a question that you can't seem to handle.
Jenny, you are definitely Carrie's biggest supporter because you are definitely giving them content after content after content after content. And then you get nothing out of it. Unless you got some secret ad revenue coming from all of this.
You brought it all this on yourself. It's amazing.
You're the one who turned on the camera.
This is one of the reasons why I thought this was fake in the beginning. There are some parts in this where I think it was real, but some of this just don't feel real.
You turned on it.
That's right. And I was saying I love my wife. She's everything to me.
But yet you say the most awful things to me.
Yeah. Because you came against me live for no reason.
I can't ask a question and be upset over something.
I answered it.
Oh, because I said something how I feel. I told the truth.
And I answered the question.
Because it doesn't.
And you sabotage the show, Shannon, like you always do.
Make you look good.
Gaslight me.
It doesn't make you look good.
By saying no, that isn't what happened.
It doesn't make you look good.
I don't care.
Doesn't. It really doesn't.
I don't care. I know my intention.
Well, good. I don't.
Hey, Rev, let me give you a little bit of advice on moving forward with Shanny. You did a good job by standing up for. I mean, you were wrong. Don't get me wrong, but you did a good job for standing up for yourself. I think what you better start doing now when you're dealing with Shanny is let her know that you are. Continue to remind her that you are okay without her being in your life. The more you entertain those thoughts in your head, the more paranoid she's going to get, and she's going to be careful what she says to you. And believe it or not, it's actually going to give you a little bit more control, and it's going to give you a little bit more power. You know, it's just, you ain't got to take my advice. I mean, you can continue to do the same stupid stuff you've been doing for the last couple of years, or you can finally start understanding that in order for things to change, you're going to have to change your situation, starting with getting rid of her. And Shanny, ironically enough, the same advice for you, but let's just keep it real. Neither one of you are actually going to do it.
My intentions,
That's
and they're
great.
pure.
No, they're, yeah, you might think they are.
Some people might be like, well, then why give the advice? Well, just in case they decide that they want to make some changes.
They are. I just wanted to love you.
No, you're not pulling that shit.
That's
No.
true.
All I do is love you. There's no way.
The things you just said to me is not love.
I ignore all of the truth.
You
Because I
ignore
love you.
all of the truth. Yeah, keep making me
Wow.
look bad. Who's gaslighting who?
No, I'm
In
not.
other words, he ignores what he knows that people are saying about Shanny that is correct. That Shanny's a user manipulating sea cow and some other things that we could call her. You know what I mean? But maybe I should start calling her a sea urchin. I don't know. I'm just gonna call her Shanny. I'll just do that. But yeah, Rev, thank you for admitting that you ignore what you know about her. This is why you can't blame nobody for your situation except yourself, dude. And Shanny, with this revelation coming out of his mouth, prepare yourself for the sidewalk. Okay, that's what's going to happen, because neither one of you are doing anything to counter that.
Making you look bad.
You're making me look good then.
It's the circumstance of how we met.
Yeah. Okay.
And I don't care about any of that. I love you over all of it.
Yeah, that's why you say awful things to me.
They're just the truth.
Yeah, all the awful things you said is the truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right.
They are.
Yeah, right.
Except the ad hominems, which are not true.
Yeah, like I'm a fucking narcissist. That's nowhere in my
that
ain't in my psychological profile.
You're
That
wrong.
is a lie.
You're lying.
How?
I don't know whose video Rev saw. It could have been mine. It could have been one of the other channels. But Rev is finally waking up, man, and he's recognizing that she is a narcissist. And Shanny, if you disagree with me saying that you're a narcissist, why don't you do everybody a favor and do one of those streams where you actually read the definition of what a narcissist is, and then you talk about the behavior of a narcissist, and then try to convince everyone that you don't fit those qualifications. Oh, yes, you do.
Bush, you become narcissistic.
I'm not being narcissistic. I'm asking
yes,
a question.
You were.
How am I being narcissistic
You
for being bothered when you're saying
Rev, you can't argue her for nothing, dude. You can't argue her for nothing. Her whole thing against you was about the pictures, you know what I mean, and how she's supposed to feel about those pictures being sent to you. To nip that in the butt, you should have just said, I should have never asked her for those pictures, or never suggested that she send them to a different form of social media so that Shanny couldn't see them. You don't know this or not, you don't know this, Red, but it sounds like you inadvertently was hoping that what that lady was doing was actually, you know, with her saying the things that she was saying to you, that you were thinking that those things were real.
God, you said that
You're not happy, Rev. You're not happy at all with Shanny. You're not happy at all. Shanny's probably still a little happy with you, but you are definitely not happy with her. And you are not fulfilled, Rev. I know you're sick of looking at the same person every single day. Be a man and do something about it. She can't tell you who you can and can't talk to. Be a man and tell her you're going to step out the house and you're going to go play with your friends.
God's throne, and you know his thoughts.
I know how he feels about adultery.
Yeah, I didn't cheat, you bitch! I didn't cheat.
There you go, calling me names again.
You are a bitch because you're accusing me of things I didn't do.
Well,
adultery.
How do you expect me to feel when I see something
care.
like that?
I don't care.
You should.
I don't.
If you love me, you care.
I won't allow you to give me a heart attack at 40.
All right, Shanny, read those comments.
Because my dad dropped dead from a bad heart. And I'm not going to allow you to do that to me, to kill me. Even though it'd be a gift at this point. You're overreacting. And you have from the start of this woman. And it's just because you see her as attractive.
If they don't get those food stamps back, they're going to be fighting like this a lot. If they don't get those food stamps back, it comes again soon.
Attractive girl that wanted me. Well, guess what, Shannon? She was just working for Draven. She was working for reaction channels to get something, which she never got.
So anyway, like I said, after a while, these two get kind of corny to me. So let me just wrap this up. I believe during that fight with Shanny, that Rev was simply telling everybody on social media how he really feels about Shanny. Okay. Some people might be like, well, you know, people say hurtful things to try to hurt them or whatever, you know, but these are the things that people have been saying about Shanny for a long time. And I've been around Rev. I know what he really thinks about stuff. That's why a lot of times I just don't respond to everything that they say, because I know they're full of it. But like I said, Rev, man, proud of you. Stand up for yourself. Don't come back on here with no shaved head and have her put a B or a C or a D on your head or whatever. And Shanny, I'm going to make a positive claim about you, Shanny. I believe that you're a, I don't know the technical word for it, but you are definitely one of these females that is against masculinity. You are one of these females where you think that because you're heavier than everyone and you think you're a little bit stronger, that you can say and you can do whatever you want to whomever you want. That's a man. You have a lot of hatred towards men, and you have no problem trying to embarrass them, but they got the nerve. You got the nerve to get on here and talk about what a man should never do to a woman. You got the nerve. You should be very thankful that you ended up with Rev and you ain't end up with me. You should be very, 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 very thankful that you ended up with that he, she over there. And Rev, the reason why I'm attacking your masculinity, because I want you to man up. I want you to do the exact opposite. I want you to be like, yo, gee, man, first of all, as a man, you don't talk to me that way. I can go outside and play with anybody I want to play with. No, you can't. No, you can't. Because if you could, you wouldn't be spending your every waking moment in front of the same person every single day. If I were you, dude, I would drop the dead weight, to be honest. But anyway, guys, that's one to offer my opinion on all of that. Now I'm going to have some fun with this live chat. There are some people on here that are saying some things on here, and I'm going to address it. And then I'm in this video. Let's see something here real quick. Let me show you guys something here real quick. You know, now this is probably some people on here that's trying to get me angry and stuff on here. But like I said, I've gotten kind of good at recognizing this and responding accordingly. Let me show you what I mean by this, okay? Let's do a present here real quick. I'll let you guys see my screen here real quick. Hold on a minute. Let me close this. Hold on. Give me 1 sec. I think this is the one I want to close, right? Yep. Now, present, share. Oh, they won't let me do it. Can I do it the window here? Okay, I'm going to share my entire screen here real quick. And you should all be able to see this here in the chat here. Do you guys see this here? N-I-G-G-E-R. Now it's time for G-Man to have his fun. All right. So as a lot of you probably know, the criminals known as the Dragoons, the criminals known as the Dragoons attempted to make my life very difficult because I was friends with Shanny and Rev and because of what I said about Jade before she passed and some other stuff on here and whatnot, right? And a lot of them think that is justification for them to be racist and do all this other stuff and whatnot. And what I just showed you is proof that they were never sorry about anything that they've done, right? And now that they feel because I'm not friends with Shanny and Rev, that is okay to go back to doing these things. And this is where they're wrong and they're really stupid for doing it, right? Because the one, why do that when all I have to do is this? My bad. Why should I do that when all I have is when I have is this? So the old G-Man would pick up his notebook over here and reveal the real names and addresses of all of his enemies. That's what the old G-Man would do. G-Man would start showing everybody's real faces and everything else on here and whatnot. That's what the old G-Man would do. The new G-Man will simply do this. And leave it at that. Then the new G-Man won't even block him because at the end of the day, a viewer is a viewer at the end of the day. You know what I mean? So, like I said, it is what it is. Yeah, Rev, man up, get away from Shanny because you're not gonna get anywhere with her, and Shanny vice versa because you heard the man. He says that that you guys are either going to have to go to a halfway house or you're going to have to live on the street because neither one of you know how to get your money and actually save it. Good mother, my foot. All right, check this out, guys. Check this out from this troll. Look at this dirt Blackie. Yep. Black and proud, baby. Black and proud. Black and proud. Sabella, do you still have mods, Sabella? Because you ain't using them. I'm going to fix that one real quick. Hold on. Let me give you back mods. Hold on a minute. Put some fear in these viewers. Let me see something here. Where's the stream at? Wait, hold on. Oh, duh. I know what I'm supposed to do. This right here. I think this. Oh, that's why they're probably. Okay. All right. Okay, now I know what's going on now. Now I know why they're doing what they're doing. Now I know. Okay, so Carrie's live right now. And I know Carrie's probably watching my stream and they're probably trying to get her. Carrie, be careful with my stream. If you see too many of the wrong things coming on my live chat, you be careful because they might be trying to use it as an excuse to get your channel to get your channel flagged or whatever. So be careful. All right. So with that being said, Sabella, let me make sure you got mods. Hold on. Okay, let me see something here. Oh, Sabella, you got mine. Sabella, do something about this guy leaving all these comments, this yeah guy or whatever. And I think that might be Lubis with a sock account, actually. Or, you know what? I ain't doing nothing. Maybe I will get rid of them. Let me see something here. Channel activity, pin, hide user from channel. You can, no, maybe, no. Let me unblock you. I got a better thing to do with you. Unhide user on this channel. Let me unhide you real quick. And then what we'll do is we'll time you out. Now, the last time I did this on my other channel, I believe I could time you out for 24 hours. That's what I'll do. I'll time you out for 24 hours. Please come back, yeah, with a different account so I can do the same thing with that one. You know? Yeah, Isabella. How is this guy leaving all of these initials and everything in my chat? Oh, she's working. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Well, anyway, let me wrap this up. Rev, proud of you, man. Rev, you're a moron. I'm proud of you. Stood up for yourself. You're a moron for accepting naked pictures from a lady, knowing full well how Shanny actually is. You're lucky she didn't break your teeth when she found out about it. No one. I don't know how to imitate your accent yet, Melly. But Melly, you're the one who said that women don't use tears to manipulate men. I can't take you seriously, Melly. I'm sorry. Between the last stream I had on my G-Man channel and you coming on here, you saying that women don't use tears to manipulate men. I'm just saying, you know. All right. So where's the other person? I just saw another person on here. So Sabella's not at work. Sabella's at work. I can see it on here, but I can't see it on whatchamacallit. All right. Now I can't see him no more. Good. The power of correction. Lubis, I can't take you serious, Lubis, considering you still live with your sister and and I don't think you know the first thing about relationships either, dude. Just keeping it real. Just keeping it real, dude. The Dragoons are coming in full force. Listen to me. If you Dragoons really want that sauce, don't sing it. Bring it. Bring it. But when I bring it, I don't want to hear it. Because let's just talk about this here for a minute. Let's get these Dragoons scared a little bit here. Just for old time's sake, shall we? So I admit that during the days of GTV, I ain't know nothing about Hater Nation. I also didn't know nothing about Dark Ninja. I also didn't know nothing about what's that guy name? You know what? Instead of me guessing, I'll just go to the channel there. And I'm not going to screen share it, so don't worry about it, because I did that a million times. I'm not going to do that. But for the life of me, I can't remember this guy's name, who basically has all of the information of Hater Nation. Hold on a minute. Let's go to Dark Ninja. Because if I wanted to be a jerk, this is all I got to do. Well, that's the wrong channel. Hold on. If I wanted to be a jerk, and if I wanted to stop being nice, what's this guy's name? Roxo, I believe his name is. My bad. Roxo happens to be his name. And for what I understand, this gentleman by the name of Roxo has all of the information from Dragnut, Burnt Toes, and Jules, and the Geek Room, and all these other people on here and whatnot, right? Roxo, right? Same person where Drag sat there and made all them negative statements about XX Archive. You know, it wouldn't be nothing for me to actually contact him, bring him on this channel, and talk about a few things. That wouldn't be very difficult for me to do. Like, I'm just saying, I am not ignorant to what goes on Discord, and I am certainly not ignorant to these other channels that are away from G-Man. Not ignorant at all. Not ignorant at all. Let's not forget that. I can still hit share on my StreamYard. You don't want me doing that, considering nobody watches your stupid stuff anyway, right? So just stop it. Just stop it. If G-Man wanted to be a jerk, he'll just be himself. That's right, Lubis. Tell him. No, Lubis. You once again are just one card short of a deck. Let me see. I don't know who Roxell is. His name is Rocco. I don't know who Roxell is, and I didn't pronounce it that way. I said Rocco or Roxo. It's amazing how Dragnet ran away and got all scared and whatnot, but the rest of the dragoons on here ain't so afraid. Very interesting. Like I said, if this channel was monetized, I would be a millionaire with all the stuff I would put on here, just out of revenge for the last like 6 years on here or whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it because honestly and truthfully, I said I'm not gonna do that no more, and I'm not going to. And if it comes to that, there are other ways of dealing with people like that. Told you, I'm handling things a little bit different this time. A lot different this time. So keep putting all your racist stuff out there and then telling me I used to be friends with racists. Come on, be hypocrites. Come on. Keep putting racist stuff in the live chat and telling me I used to be friends with racists. All you're doing is showing that you are presently a racist and that G-Man used to be friends with racists. That's all you're doing. You're proving me right. You're proving me right. Nah, 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 nah. That's all you're doing. You're proving me right. What you should do is when the Geek Room goes live, go remind Frank that Frank's got some stalking issues. Why don't you go remind Frank that he has hand problems? Why don't you go remind Frank that he should go get a pair of scissors and go get a haircut? Why don't you remind Frank that Frank that Frank takes it in a bucket? I mean, if you want to have your fun, why don't you actually go do that? I'm just saying. Look at Lubis. Aren't you friends with the Hebrew Israelites? Lubis, yesterday, True Empiricism called you a troll. No, I don't think you're a troll. I believe this is your education, dude. I literally believe this is your education. And then Lubis wants to try to use my Christianity against me, like he's dealing with Shanny. Remind G-Man that he's supposed to show love. Lubis, you don't know one thing about Christianity, dude. And yesterday when you was on my stream, I believe it was yesterday, you showed that you didn't know squat about what I actually believed. Oh man, every now and then I don't mind going back to being savage. Being a savage. G-Man don't know nothing. G-Man don't know nothing. That's what Miss Parker said. Miss Parker looked really stupid saying it too. Oh man. Anyway, so let me stop looking at the chat. Let me see. That's one good thing about me. I do know when to stop looking at it. But I wonder, do I have any of these things on my StreamYard? Let me see something here real quick. Is this atheist owned? I think. Mock them.
Mock them. Ridicule them. In public. Don't fall for the convention.
The fool has said, in his heart there is no God. They are corrupt. They
Yo, this is Rebecca, true empiricism. And every theist on YouTube that's ever been teased, mocked, and ridiculed by the atheist community is our time now. Ding dong, atheism's dead. Rub your eyes, get out of bed. Ding dong, atheism's dead. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. He's in the gym, Yona looks sick. Traffic got owned because he's a prick. Jesus that higher on a need to retire. Demons on fire, think shade is a liar. Red line the boy who never finished school. Whenever you debate, you sound like a fool. Signature master 40 times 33. You're blind at the back and you can't see me. TA's a large, you're round like a ball. You watch your ascension, I'm prepared for the fall. This is the disc, it's atheist mess. You're dead on G plus and you're born like a wreck. I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. I follow Jesus with my every breath. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus, there ain't nothing left. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus, there ain't nothing left. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I follow Jesus with my every breath. Jesus not right, called tiny and fear. Carson is evil, Wolf King is weird. I love Galaxy, I hate apostasy. You own is 93, you're far from godly. Bionic as a coward that slips in the dope. Epicurus, stop worshiping the hope. Get on your feet and acknowledge Christ. Leave the Catholic Church and you'll be alright. The entire community is coming to an end. If you grow up, stop playing pretend. I got the cure for deism, you can have it today. Read your Bible and do what it says. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, there ain't nothing left. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, there ain't nothing left. As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil, there ain't nothing left. Yo, yeah. I'm out again.
That is what I think about those people. That is precisely what I think about those people. And I have more vicious stuff that I can actually put on here, but I'm not going to waste my time. I like to laugh. Just laugh at these people. These people are sad and have no life. They just want to come on here and try to get attention, even though we have no idea who they are. Psych. Everybody knows that this is Frank using these sock accounts to come on here and be all racist and whatnot. Come on. Everybody on here knows that. Method to my madness. Lubis, why don't you ask me where that beat came from? Lubis, because you ain't criticizing me about that beat. I believe a Spanish guy actually made that beat, Lubis. I believe your cousin made it. Oh, man. Yes, he did. He died for unbelievers. Amen and amen. Jesus said that he came to seek what is lost. Unbelievers like atheists and G-Man want to destroy. Unbelievers like atheists and G-Man wants to destroy atheists. How is that Christian? Oh, it's very Christian. You see, atheism is evil. Atheism mocks God. Atheism attempts to pretend that there is no God. You know what I mean? So obviously something like that is not beneficial. It's from Satan. And obviously I like to see it get thrown under a bus and get ran over multiple times. So, you know, no, God is not for atheism, and atheism will die as a concept when Christ returns. Praise the Lord. Come on, keep bringing your comments. You act like, see, here's a problem with a lot of the people on the internet. Some people here think they're the only people in here that control. I control too. Pretty good at it. So don't sing it, bring it. I know a lot of people like to make fun of me using wrestling terms that I hear from WWE or whatever, but I went to school for wrestling. I know how to cut a promo when I need to. And I do. God uses me to bring atheists to Christ. Okay? But right now, this video is about Shanny and Rev. But are you an atheist, Victoria? Or Lubis using a sock account? Why is belief necessary? No Christian can answer that question. Why is belief necessary? Well, first of all, I can answer that question. Believing that you're a sinner and believing that you need to repent is very important. You want to know why? If you don't believe you're a sinner, you're not willing to change. Why is belief important? Tell me something. Why is belief in evolution important? No Christian can answer you. I doubt that. Give them enough time, they will reveal themselves. Give them enough time and they will reveal themselves. Come on. I mean, come on. If the Dragoons are going to come after me, come up with something original. I'm from the Great Debate days. I'm not from the from the softy parlor. Sorry, it ain't going to work with me. All right. There were no good people before Jesus. There's no good people on the planet now. The only person that's good is God, according to Jesus. In the Gospels, the only person I recognize as being good is God. All of us got our issues. And the Lord is helping us get through them. That's why sometimes I can be so forgiving to some of the most disgusting people here on the internet sometimes. Because I get it. I understand that some people in here, some people have been living in their mother's basement for too long and don't know how to socialize with other people. You know what I mean? It is what it is. The only person I recognize as being good is Jesus. That's it. I don't recognize another human being as being good. Those are my beliefs. Jesus said, why do you call me good? Only God is good. Only God is good. No, there were no Christians before Jesus. And by definition, what kind of question is that? A Christian is someone who is in his most basic, most kindergarten definition, a Christian is someone who is a follower of Jesus. How are you a follower of Jesus if Jesus didn't die on the cross and rise from the dead yet? What's up? Well, wait a minute. Hold on. Who is that? I don't know if that's the real true empiricism or not. True, you have my phone number, I think, or my email. Please confirm that that's you. Hopefully Shanny and Rev are watching this and they can learn how to determine whether or not somebody's full of it or not. I love what I do on social media. Y'all just don't know. I can do this all night. That don't bother me one iota. I'm not soft like the Geek Room. Say something mean about me. Listen to me. That kind of thing doesn't bother me. I can handle it. I'm a big boy. I can take criticism. It doesn't bother me. Just so as long as you can take it right back. Because you're going to have to if you deal with me. And like I said, the Geek Room and all the people who are Dragoons, you can't argue that G-Man is a horrible person for having friends that apparently turned out to be racist, and then you're coming into my chat and being racist in my chat. That makes you hypocrites. I'm just saying. I mean, you allow that mess on your channels. You allow that stuff in your... Not me. No. Not me. Victoria is asking a fair question. I'll answer this. Have you got anybody ever coming to you telling you, yes, actually, but not necessarily the person that's debating me. It's usually people that watches the debates. You want to know why these debates are so important? Because there are a lot of people in here that do not know how to defend what they believe. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. There are some people out there that have a problem with some of the decisions that God made in the Old Testament, right? And they'll watch a debate to see if a Christian knows how to defend or knows how to articulate why God made the decisions he made in the Old Testament. We call them Christian apologists, right? So when somebody watches one of those debates, it will greatly affect whether or not they will continue to believe or whether or not they will take the step out of faith and come to know Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. Vitally important. When I called I'll give you a very true story. When I first got on YouTube and I called the Atheist Experience for the first time, a lot of people told me that Matt Dillahunty was just a Christian killer. He was just crushing everybody. I've had people close to me saying, and one day I'll invite Becca on here and I'll have him tell you. He told me that some people was quote unquote intimidated of Matt Dillahunty. You know what I mean? There are some topics I'm good enough that I'm good enough in the Bible that I can talk to somebody half asleep. So I called the Atheist Experience. We ended up talking about slavery. There's more to the story to that, by the way. And a lot of people stopped being afraid of him during the first call. During the second call, people started using my arguments against him. So there's a lot of people that will either be encouraged or somebody might outright say, you want to know what? Jesus must be the Christ. He must be the Son of the living God because the way this brother is representing Christ. So absolutely do I believe it's important. It ain't something I want to do all the time. I prefer to preach. But if somebody wants to get on here and think they know everything, you know what I mean, and want to come up against the people of God, don't sing it, bring it. That's my attitude. I fear no one on social media, not even people. Well, actually, that's not true. That's not true. If there's one Christian on here that I do get a little intimidated talking to, it would be Matt Slick. And I've openly admitted that on a couple of different occasions. Matt Slick intimidates me a little bit. But everybody else on here, please, not on your best day. The reason why Matt Slick intimidates me because I've watched him talk to other people about the Lord and talk to people about things concerning the faith. And I think he's done an outstanding job dealing with some people who are not Christians. And the only way I'm going to have a discussion with him is I got to know that I'm right about what I'm talking about. If it's questionable, I try to avoid it. But if I know that I'm right, I'll take him on too. Don't care. No, I block people that are intentionally trying to get me angry on purpose because they got nothing to do. You know, instead of Frank being a man and actually coming in my chat and actually saying, I'm Frank, and this is what I disagree with you with, he'd rather use a sock account and come in here and be racist like he always is. So, I mean, that's what it is. Why couldn't they get welfare? It's not that they couldn't get welfare. Shanny and Rev are too lazy to get up to unglue their butts from the couch to actually go do the paperwork and do what they got to do. Shanny and Rev are insanely lazy. They are insanely lazy. All that health stuff that Shanny's talking about is straight up baloney. They're just lazy. There was nothing wrong with Shanny. And this is where I disagree with this community. Some people believe her weight and all this other stuff. Shanny is just lazy. I promise you. Go to Shanny and drop $3,000 on her lap. Her fibromyalgia will disappear. Her arthritis will disappear. She'll have energy in her body, and she'll never let Rev just go to the store with that money. She will get up and go spend it herself. There's nothing wrong with Shanny. Nothing. Well, for starters, I didn't block Melly. That's number one. Sabella might have did that, but I didn't block Melly. If Melly's actually blocked. Melly's not blocked. I can see her comment right here. I'm going to block you if you keep lying. Melly's not blocked. Melly's not blocked. Stop making stuff up. I just showed you her comment there. If she was blocked, I wouldn't be able to do that. But Melly did say something on here that I thought was kind of funny. She said that women don't use tears to manipulate men. women don't use tears to manipulate men. I can't take her seriously no more. I just can't. I just can't. But anyway, guys, it's 10:28 Eastern Standard Time where I'm at, and I do gotta go. Those are my thoughts and my opinions about Shanny and Rev and that fight that they had. Rev, you need to keep it up, dude. You're getting close. You're getting close. You're going to be saying what Dr. Martin Luther King said. You're going to be free at last. Free at last. Thank God Almighty. We're free at last. Because you're going to be saying that, dude, when you get away from her. You're going to see your life dramatically change when you get away from Shanny. And Shanny's life is going to dramatically change when she get away from Rev. Because both of them are toxic for each other. I'm just looking forward to Rev going to these channels and telling the real stories about what people already know about those two. Looking forward to it. Corky, always been good. I don't know what you mean by that. Okay. Anyway, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Let's get that great outro. Where is it? Let's get that outro.